Hello, 6 people. What's up, Michael?
6 is good. Definitely coming.
Sanctified Crypt Shalom, Chasing Life, Odin's Wolf, Dirty Roofer, and now all the brrr. James Cipriano. Hey, James, I thought about you the other day. I found a pizzeria that had a white slice, and so I got a whole pie. Lucky Luciano, Shalom. And I ate half of a white pizza and drank 2.5 Yingling Tall Boys and felt like a dog turd afterwards. But that pizza was absolutely delicious. So, Dudley, Shalom, long time no see. It's been forever. Vester Dillon is here, bravely protecting the men and women of the Bear Nation. Big Joe and Garth. And Miss Lovely Dudley, Shalom. Christian Hilt, Guns and Diesel 419 Alpha. Randy, Miss Randy, Shalom. What's everybody up to? What's the questions? What do we want to know? We had massive rain here this morning and most of the day. Most of our building materials for the outhouse over here washed. There's the tub washed, and a bunch of our materials that were over here all washed 100 yards or so that way into the cove and or into the creek. Okie, correct, brother. We lost a stack of plywood and a bunch of 2x4s, like 50 2x4s. What's better, goats or sheep? Well, that depends. Cool story, Barry. What does it depend on? Depends on what you're doing with them. Goats are a-holes. Sheep are stupid. Sheep taste way better than goats, like way better. Our Katahdins taste so much better than any of the goats that we've eaten. Also, if you look at the caloric density of goats versus sheep, sheep are about 1,600 calories per pound, whereas goats are 900 calories per pound, and I think a lot of that has to do with how lean goat is. Goat is incredibly lean, which makes it much more difficult to cook. Sheep taste freaking delicious, and so if you're going to keep sheep and or goats and you want them for meat, I recommend sheep. If you want them for feasts, biblical feasts, I recommend sheep. If you're looking for 4-legged brush mowers, both goats and sheep will do the job. Goats are what are considered browsers, meaning that they prefer to eat from the neck up, and sheep are considered grazers, which means they prefer to eat from the neck down. However, but they'll both do both. So sheep are much easier to keep in their pens than goats are, but goats are more easily attainable for most people. I much prefer sheep. I oftentimes look into my front pen longingly and think, any day now, I'm gonna kill you, a-hole, and cut all your skin off and spill your guts out into a wheelbarrow and then put you over a fire and macerate on you. So, I'm a big fan of sheep, much more a fan of sheep than I am of goats. But goats, on the other hand, are incredibly entertaining. Goats actually have personalities, whereas sheep do not. So, anywho. Hi, babe. What are you doing? My question, I just picked up 10 by 25 roll of construction flashing. I'm trying to use the base raised. I'm trying to use it to build raised beds since it's cheaper than treated wood. Sergey, good luck. Cheaper is not always better. That's something that people miss a lot. Cheaper is not always better. Just get some regular whitewood lumber and build you a box. Might you spend twice as much as trying to use flashing, probably, but you know what? You'll be done in 12 minutes. So, no, you don't want pressure-treated chemicals leaching, which is why I didn't say those out of pressure-treated. But trying to finagle something out of 10-inch rolled flashing for a raised bed, Ashley Storms. Pallets are free, indeed. Hola, ¿cómo está? Estoy muy bien. Hola, Periquillo Salt. Tú es muy bueno. Y us Carnelos del Cavemanos es muy bueno. And delicioso. Yo mucho más. Not más baño. Más Carnelos del Cavemano. Everyday-o. Fabulous-o. Tremendous-o. Believe me-o. Believe it. All the blue ranches. I'm eating chicken pot pie since you shared so much rain. It made me feel cold. I'm telling you, freaking freezing. Not freezing. Raining here today.
Did you show him the...
Nope, I didn't show him.
behind you?
I didn't show him nothing.
Oh,
No, we'll see that later.
I'll see you later.
Are you thinking of, what do you think of moving to Florida? I think no, not at all.
Why?
Why? Why would you go to Florida?
Why would you do that to yourself?
Florida is a place you run from, not to. Have you noticed all the storms go there?
All the big ones.
All of them. And when people try and evacuate, they can't because there's like 2 roads that go north-south. Like, what's that, 95 and 90? And 75, yeah. That's it. Hey, it's time to bug out. Should have started 3 days ago. Oh no, here comes a hurricane. Hey, our house is underwater again. Nope. What you doing?
Sitting
Come here often?
all the time.
Cool.
You didn't have to show me. I just wanted to sit next to you.
Oh, you just want to sit next to me?
Yeah.
You look short as hell in that chair.
Because I'm in the slumpy chair.
The slumpy chair?
Yeah. Slumpy chair. So yeah, I'm not normally this short when I sit in that.
Gasp, where's Renee? She's over there working. She's the only one that really could do any work today. I did the brief and shot a couple of videos for Patreon. But since the rest of us didn't go to the office because hashtag localized flooding, Renee has just been adminning super hard today. Well, that's not true. Monica also worked today.
Yeah.
But those of us whose primary job is not tappy tap on technology, didn't do much today.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, wow. We got signs?
She's doing all the things, yo.
Wow.
Renee is a very busy person.
Renee is a busybody. Wait, no, that's not what that means.
No, that's like somebody that, like,
I'm just joking.
they don't
I got
really have
I got like a
anything to
dirty,
do, but
offended
they
look
try
from Renee.
to
I'm sorry, Renee. I was
Yeah.
joking. I was joking.
But no.
Use it. Use all the time. Believe it. All right, what other questions we got? How many hamsters live in Phelps's beard? We all know. 4 hamsters. Remember, this is like now a passcode for the Bear Nation. If you see somebody in a bear shirt and it's like post-apocalyptic, aka any given Tuesday during COVID, and you see a bear logo, the passcode is how many hamsters live in Phelps' beard. And if you get any answer other than 4, you know that person's faking. Okay?
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah, of course, evil hamsters. That's where Adventure Frontier gets them from. It's from Phelps's beard. And then they smush them flat with a brick and turn them into stickers. So, yeah. But Phelps can only, like, his beard has a max occupancy of 4 evil hamsters. So, telling you, passcode.
Okay.
Passcode. If you get any answer other than 4, that person's just faking. Not an actual Bear Nation member. So. How did the rooster survive the wrath of bear? Oh, it just got shot with paintballs. I actually got a comment from somebody on a video who was like, how dare you call yourself a Christian and treat your animals like that. You, sir, need to learn stewardship. I was like, block, goodbye. This is not the channel for you. So, and I don't call myself a Christian. I call myself a follower of Messiah. So it's a whole nother story. Yes, Viking Preparedness was sporting a bear logo today. I have been known to sport the occasional Viking Preparedness shirt as well, because I'm not trying to give away any trade secrets or anything, but that's my pastor, and he's awesome. So, underground gardening. We're all gonna need to learn underground gardening, because when the reptilian overlords start nuking our major cities, we all need to go underground. And essentially we're going to be looking at hydroponics here, right? You know what I mean? Because I'm just talking on my ass at this point. I have no idea. Grow lamps. I don't know. What do you think?
We need that.
We're commanded to love our neighbors, not the chickens. Amen. I love chicken on my grill. Mushrooms. No, Garrett, I'm not eating your mushrooms. I don't want to talk to the Clockwork Elves. Matt doesn't want to be friends anymore. What's going on? We got a lover's quarrel? Yankee Watchdog, shalom. Larry King is here? The old Jewish guy from CNN?
No, I think he's in North Carolina.
Oh. I thought Larry King was in New York City. Stewardship does not mean not eating them. That's exactly right. It says rule and subdue in Genesis 2. Ice Age Farmer just made a video about gardens being outlawed. I love Ice Age Farmer, but I literally do not watch him or David Dubine at Adapt 2030 unless I have money for food storage. Because I know I'm going to watch it, and then I'm going to be like, babe, we got to buy more food. And then we buy more food. So.
But you really always say that. So I was going to say, you could just watch him all the time then.
This most recent...
Like,
no. This most recent order...
What did we spend all day doing?
Yeah, no S. We put together a massive food order, number 10 cans. Because I'm telling y'all, I've been telling y'all every day on the brief, aluminum can shortage. I have it on good authority that the cans that they have are the cans that they have. Like, it's going to be very difficult to get more. That being said, we also are in the process of partnering with another freeze-dried food company, because My Patriot Supply and us aren't the best of friends anymore, because they don't understand the biblical concept of let your yes be yes and your no be no, which is not...
When they're retorted. I mean, like...
You can't say that live on television, babe. That's offensive. Go ahead.
If anybody is offended by my words, they should not be here in the first place.
Go ahead.
But no, like, they emailed us about, like, them sponsoring us.
Uh-huh.
Like, and I'm like, you guys already do sponsor
We're already
us.
partnered.
Yes,
Yeah.
so, what, like, but yeah.
Plus, every
They're
time,
retarded.
once a month, they email me and they go, so we noticed you didn't do a video with the monthly talking points. And I'm like, I don't do that. And they're like, well, you really need to do a video with this script and the monthly talking points. And I'm like
anybody that
we
you
don't do
watch
that.
like pimps them, know that like they have to say the things that they say. Because
Yep.
if you don't say what they want you to say, then you don't
Yep.
work for them.
And not only that, like, they can't keep product in stock.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to get on here and be like, hey guys, go check out My Patriot Supply, and 12 weeks from now your order might ship. It's like, yeah, but you need food now. Dudley, amen. Remember that whole beholden to no man thing? That extends to sponsorships for the channel as well.
Yeah.
So, and like, the first week that we ever partnered with them, we made the first month we partnered with them, we made a whopping $221 in partnership. And then they were like, we're going to send you a bunch of stuff to review. Never did. Never did. And so I called them back and I said, hey, where's the rest of my stuff? And they said, oh, we're so sorry, it's coming, but we noticed you didn't use the talking points. And I was like, yeah, that's not how this works. I don't do that. Where's my stuff? They're like, okay, it's coming. Is your business family ran? Are you kidding me? Of course, dude. It's not just family, it's tribal.
Everybody
Like,
here.
Everybody here.
Well, right now it's actually
Yeah.
fairly light right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But anyway, my Patriot Supply, not so much. But we are partnering with another company in the near future. But even then, it's going to be the kind of thing where it's like, what they have in stock, they have in stock. And you better go get it while it's in stock, and then that's it. So all that to say, I mean it when I say every day on the brief there's a shortage of aluminum cans. Well, long-term food storage comes in aluminum cans as well.
Yeah.
And so we put together a massive order today. Essentially a year's worth of food for everybody in bear camp. So I'm telling you,
Figuring out where to put it all.
We don't just talk about it, we do it. So what's got all the chickens all riled up?
Probably Potato with the dang fly paper stuck to
Well,
his
tell them
butt.
about Tighter.
Did he stick it to him and went off?
Dude,
Hello,
like,
Linda.
He flipped out. He sat on it and it was stuck to his butt. And like Liz saw it like as soon as it was about like happening, and she was like, "Oh, Potato!" And like she went to reach for him, and he just like freaked out. Like he
Rods
like
are concrete.
flipped off the couch and like bolted down the stairs and like zigzagged and went over in the barn, like all while the fly paper.
No one, bless you. I'm glad you enjoyed your bear fat. So,
But it didn't happen.
somebody said, back when we had rabbits, how did we get rabbits? The youth pastor at our church had breeding rabbits, and they decided they were going to get out of them because his wife had gotten pregnant, and because, hashtag be fruitful and multiply, and they said, we really don't want to be trying to deal with a pregnant lady and all these freaking rabbits that stay constantly pregnant, so we're just going to sell these rabbits. And so he did sell those rabbits to us, and so we got the buck and 3 does and 4 cages and a bunch of feeders and waters and the whole nine for $200. And then, we had them for about a year or so. And then I got convicted to start keeping Leviticus 23. And then I was working in Austin. I think I was down in Austin. And while I was in Austin, the rabbits broke out because we had them kept in colony style, like all of them out in the 10x10 cage. And they all made a jailbreak, and they ate like all of our raised beds. And so my wife got pissed, and she took the pellet gun and started a bunny jihad in the backyard, just murdering rabbits in the backyard. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad day.
You were so pissed.
I was so pissed. Because we had a really good garden in Texas, and just seeing it like
Decimated. Yeah,
was
you
just
sent me
like,
pictures, and I was like, it looked like somebody attacked the raised beds with a weed whacker. Like they were just gone. Like,
yeah.
so she's like, I'm gonna kill them. I was like, hey man, I'm not eating those things anymore anyway. Go for it. And so she bunny jihad. Is your dietary lifestyle the same as kosher? Sarah Hoskins, that's a great question. By the way, noticed that you liked 492 Instagram posts yesterday. Good job. That was awesome. No, really, I appreciate that. That's cool. Kosher is of men, but it is based on Leviticus 11. And Leviticus 11 is biblical, handed from the Father to Moses. And so, generally, yes. Suffice it to say that if something is kosher, we will eat it. If something is not kosher, we won't eat it. But I don't need a gaggle of rabbis praying over a conveyor belt as stuff comes out of the factory in order for me to feel good about whether or not to eat it. Okay? But it's about eating clean, and that's exactly right, killing clean. And so, we don't eat blood, we don't eat swan, we don't eat shellfish, we don't eat fish without scales. We don't eat things that go forth on paws. That's what we do. So, for the New Testament, can you eat all meat? I love you for asking that question. No. Hey, can you hand me my copy of the scriptures that's right next to you right there? And I'm going to be quick about this because I know not everybody cares about this. Thank you. And so, per the New Testament, you're talking about Acts chapter 10, which is Peter's vision. Bye, babe. It was great to see you. Go ahead and leave me. See if I care. Didn't want to hang out with you anyway. Acts chapter 10. And so, I'm going to give you the highlights of Acts chapter 10, and I would encourage you, as always, to read the entirety of the chapter. Okay? And so, Peter's having this vision, right? He went up to the housetop to pray about the 6th hour, Acts chapter 10, verse 10. And he became hungry and wished to eat, but while they were preparing, he fell into a trance. And he saw the heaven open and a certain vessel like a great sheet bound at the four corners descending to him and let down to earth, in which were all kinds of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts and creeping creatures, and the birds of the heaven. And a voice came to him and said, rise up, Peter, slay and eat. But Peter said, not at all, master, because I have never eaten that which is common or unclean. And a voice came to him again the second time. What Elohim has cleansed, you do not consider common. Now think about that word. What Elohim has cleansed, you do not consider common. And this took place 3 times. Why 3 times? Because 3 is the number of spiritual completion. And the vessel was taken back into heaven. And while Peter was doubting within himself about what the vision might mean, so Peter was unclear about what the vision might mean. Look, the men who had been sent from Cornelius, Gentiles that Peter was having a hard time hanging out with. Peter would not eat with the Gentile. Peter was a Jew. In fact, for the first 200 years of Christianity, all believers in Messiah, all believers in Jesus the Christ, they were all Jews, man, even because of the work of Paul. As the gospel went out unto the Gentiles, they were all Jews. Christianity was a sect of Judaism, okay? So Peter was a Jew. He didn't hang out with Gentiles. He certainly didn't eat with Gentiles. And while Peter was doubting within himself about what the vision might mean, look, the men who had been sent from Cornelius, having asked for the house of Simon, stood at the gate. And calling out, they inquired whether Simon, also known as Peter, was staying there. And as Peter was thinking about the vision, the Spirit said to him, see, 3 men seek you. Same vision, 3 times. The Spirit says, see, 3 men seek you. But rise up and go down and go with them, not doubting at all, for I have sent them. Okay? And then skip to verse 23. So inviting them in, he housed them. And on the next day, Peter went away. Verse 28, and he said to them, you know that a Yehudi man, a Jew, is not allowed to associate with or to go to one of another race. But Elohim has shown me, but God has shown me that I should not call any man common or unclean. Okay? Then, so you can skip down from there to verse 35. But in every nation, he who fears him, who fears Elohim, and works righteousness is accepted by him. And so this vision is not at all about what you can or can't eat. It's about the Father making it. Remember, Peter was hungry. He went under the roof hungry, and he fell into a trance and had a vision. And Elohim said, what I make clean, you do not call common. 3 times. Then 3 men show up. Peter himself doubts what's going on. And then it's made clear from there that this is about these 3 people who showed up from Cornelius, not about what he can or can't eat. And then to further prove that, if you read all of Acts 11 exists exclusively to repudiate the idea that you can eat whatever the hell you want because of Peter's vision. It shows clearly, it confirms clearly what's in Acts chapter 10. 11 verse 11, and see, immediately 3 men stood before the house where I was, having been sent to me from Caesarea. And the Spirit said to me to go with them, not doubting at all. And these 6 brothers also went with me, and we went into the man's house. And so it's important to look here at what Peter does. What he does not do is go eat a ham sandwich. He does not go break off a couple pounds of crab legs. He is not running around eating slabs of bacon. He's not eating squirrel dumplings. He's not butchering rabbits. He's accepting men of Cornelius, these Gentiles who believe in Elohim, to come into the way, into the truth, into the life that is Yeshua HaMashiach. And so the reason I get so passionate about Acts chapter 10 is that so many people want to say, see, look, I can eat whatever the hell I want because of Acts chapter 10. It's like, no, you should be thankful, and I should be thankful that Peter had that vision, because Acts chapter 10 is not the reason why you can eat swine belly. Acts chapter 10 is the reason that the gospel of Yeshua HaMashiach, of Jesus the Christ, goes out unto the entire world, not just for Jews only, but for Gentiles as well. And so we are grafted in to that tree of life, which is of course backed up in Acts chapter 15, starting in verse 15, and then Acts 24:14. And so if you want a history of what the early church did, how they behaved, what they did after 40 days of intensive instruction from Yeshua HaMashiach after he was raised from the dead, you read the book of Acts. Okay, and so it's not about what you can and can't eat. It's about who is salvation for. And it's for the entire world, through belief, not with words, but with deeds in Yeshua. By following 1 Peter 2:21, for this you were called, that you might walk in his steps. So somebody said, what about a survival situation? What about a survival situation? We are in one now. Why do you think I'm surrounded by clean food? No. I will starve to death before I eat something that the Father has called unclean. I'm not going to do it. That being said, I understand fully. Can you whistle a song? Really? I understand fully that the opportunity for blessing is somewhere between the synthesis of me working my butt off and him convicting me to work my butt off, so that we're surrounded by food, so that we don't have to worry about where food is coming from. Okay? As much as we love Phelps, we're not going to eat the hamsters in his beard because they're not clean. So,
Out on the front steps, yeah.
Shalom. Great elephant. Great explanation for those of us wanting to follow Torah. Thanks. I mean, I really want to point this out. We're not special. I'm not some zealot. I just follow Yeshua to the best of my broken ability, and he did this stuff. Okay? Do you raise beef? No, not yet, but I got a beef on order for December from the guy who also delivers gravel for our driveway and does dozer work, because, you know, you got to make ends meet out in the country. So,
Speaking of medical, oh, let me just say that.
Speaking of, yep.
Yes, we do.
Taprak 207. Asymmetrical is here. Congratulations, Asymmetrical. I was checking out your channel earlier today. Saw one of your videos had like 3,000 views in a couple of hours. And I'm like, damn, that's good. And I clicked over to your channel and it was like 12,400 or something like that. Congrats, bro. That's awesome. Come a long way in a short period of time, dude. That is absolutely awesome. Shalom, Mick. You're welcome, brother. Dude, you are the real deal. And I'm telling you, Bear Nation, if you're not following Asymmetrical Preparedness, you're missing one of the best things on the internet, man. And back to Taprak 207. Yes, I'm all for modern medicine as long as it doesn't compromise our morals and our ethics, right? So, but things like herbals and oils, absolutely. Now, there is that funny meme that's like the guy has a gaping hole in his chest from a 30-06, and his wife is like, don't worry, I have an oil for that. That, in that case, no, we're not applying, you know, we're not going to rub some thieves on it and call it good. So, yeah, so much medicine is derived from swan. So, who's sticky? Potato? Yeah, it happens.
Ellie fixed it.
Ellie fixed him? She is kind of like the cat whisperer.
It's her fiance, of course she fixed it.
That's her fiance. Ellie's marrying the cat. Didn't know. She's gonna be a crazy cat lady. She's got too much to offer the world. She needs to not be a crazy cat lady. Ashley Storms, I want Dexter's. Have you guys looked at them? What are your thoughts? I could butcher one solo if I absolutely had to. I don't know much about Dexter's, but I do know a little bit about Zebu because we have a brother who runs Zebu, and we've had the same thought, is that they're small enough that you can handle them. They're big enough that if you had to, I mean, they're big enough to make it worth raising. So that's kind of where my benchmark is. I really want cattle. We're just not there yet. And we've essentially decided, we had a little talk yesterday evening. We have so many projects going on right now. The last thing we need is one more thing. So
Somebody asked a question that I know something about.
what?
Michael Falk, 1 or 2 dogs for homestead. So 2 or more is better. But,
Bless you, James.
caveat, not at the same time. So, like, the rule of thumb is you get 1, and when you can't remember the last time you corrected that 1, you get another. And so on and so forth. Because, like a pack of coyotes or a large predator, 1 dog is not enough. Small stuff like coons, possums, 1 can handle it, but anything bigger like bobcat, pack of coyotes, bear, you want
Copy, Scott.
you want that dog to have backup in the event that you can't be the backup.
So yeah, multiple dogs is good, but they need to be well-behaved multiple dogs.
Yes.
Because when they're not well-behaved,
Yeah, you don't want a pack of dogs deciding that you're a bad person.
well-trained dogs reinforce each other's good behavior. Poorly trained dogs or untrained dogs reinforce each other's bad behavior, and that's not what you want. You
It
want
should be the same strategy for kids.
Do y'all believe the words of the Bible to a T? As in when it talks about wormwood coming near our planet. Yeah, listen, Matthew. So what we do is I'm a biblical literalist, okay? Meaning, what does the book say? And it amazes me. Oh gosh, UPS man, somebody hit him with this broom. You know what? Actually, shoot his tires out as he comes down the driveway, please. I'm just over this guy. He has the worst effing timing. I mean,
22's right there. You may go snipe him
yeah,
on the
just
side
go
of the
get him.
porch.
He has the worst timing. Constantly disturbing my shalom, this UPS guy. It amazes me how many people in the Patriot movement
Somebody on here
are.
UPS driver.
Listen, thanks for bringing the boxes. Quit coming to my house at 7:30 at night. I got shit to do, okay? Like, it's evening now. And you guys got to understand, too. And it's really, let me blame y'all. It's yours fault. If you'd quit buying first aid kits, they wouldn't puke half of the UPS truck in my driveway. Get him, Fo. Get him with the paintball gun. No, I'm just complaining. I'm playing. But it amazes me how many people identify as patriots and our constitutional literalists. What does the document say? That's what it means. I agree completely. And then you go to the Bible, and I'm like, well, what does it say? That's what it means. They're like, well, no, that's not what it means. It's like, well, one is a awesome idea on how to govern and not govern people. The other is literally commanded to you by your creator. Do not interrupt me right now, please. One is instituted among men. The other is given to you by your creator. And the one that comes from men, everybody wants to be literal with. The one that comes from the Father, y'all want to dance around it and go, well, that's not actually what it means. What it actually means is this, because wait a minute. Are we biblical literalists or not? Are we constitutional literalists or not? Do we agree that what it says is what it means or not?
If you bend, when do you stop bending?
That's a great point.
If you bend the rules just a little bit, at what point can you say, oh, that's too much? Because you've already started bending. So
People want to, and it happens all the time in the church, people cherry pick their, and see, this is a big part of, do not take the Lord's name in vain. That means don't put Yah's stamp of approval on your bullshit. You don't get to cherry pick his words in his word and put together some scrapbook of faith and conviction that feels good to you, that is not actually what he said, and then call it your personal religion or your personal theology. No. It's not your way, it's Yahweh, okay? You do what he tells you to do, not what you think feels good. And he makes clear over and over and over in the word, he's not interested in what you think is a good idea about how to serve him. He's interested in you doing what he tells you to do, the end. And it just blows my mind that on the one hand, of a document instituted amongst men that we believe 100% in its validity and its inerrancy, and that we absolutely have to take it at face value, and anything less is complete and utter capitulation, and we will not stand for it. And on the other hand, the words of the Most High, your Creator and your Redeemer, like, well, yeah, but I know it says that, but, well, my pastor said, copy. If your pastor said anything other than what's in that word, it's time for a new pastor. The end. And that's per the book of James, New Testament. Bear, why don't you eat pig? Oh my goodness.
Replay.
Oh my, we literally just got done with that.
Watch the rest of the YouTube and then go back and watch what you missed.
Actually, I would deeply recommend that you go watch the Bear Independent video, Walking in Torah, from last Sukkot. Walking in Torah. And we cover that. Why we do that. Why we do what we do. Why we don't do what we don't do. Bear, can I get a question in? You can try, brother. You can absolutely try.
Try all caps. Sometimes we see those better.
Thoughts on when COVID vaccine checkpoints are set up preventing people from going to their rally point? Leave now. I don't know if you've noticed, but the world's a little Endy right now.
All caps doesn't signify yelling.
Do you have pig problems where you are? Nope. Because we killed all of them. Is Sukkot going on now? Nope. October 2nd through the 9th. I mostly live Torah. I need to do better. Asymmetrical preparedness. Bless you, brother. Yeah. And hey, here's the deal. It's a walk, bro.
Right.
It's a walk.
The point is to get better.
The point is to get better. What medium should I use for my white and blue strand? We use I say we. Shalom, Ian McPhee. Ian McPhee is a bona fide badass, by the way, just for anybody who is unaware. Renee, you use the mini paracord for Zitziot, correct?
The micro.
Micro
Micro paracord?
paracord. I get it from Paracord Galaxy.
Micro paracord from Paracord Galaxy.
Some people like the Type 1, but I find it a little slow.
It's a little
Okay.
bulky.
Some people like that.
Right.
Rich, I don't know. The world's a little Endy. Help, I need help convincing the wife to stop at the pagan holidays. Step 1 is you stop. And when you stop, you don't apologize for stopping. James, I love you back. I did not see it, dude. Jake, American Legacy Outdoors, I did not see it. Can we get a repeat from a Blue Wrench? Anybody? Randy Shea, amen. Lead by example, amen, amen, amen. That's how, I mean, would you ever want to visit Israel? Do women wear tzitzit? Yes, they can. And arguably they probably should. It's all good, James. It's all good, James. It's all good. Would I ever want to go to Israel? Let me be completely honest, understanding that my ego is 100% wrapped up in this, okay? 100%. Right now, given what's going on in the world, if I go to Israel, it's going to be to go to the Temple Mount and start preaching the word, so hopefully fire starts flying out of my mouth. Like, I'm being dead serious. Like, dead serious. Like, that's it. I'm one of the 2 witnesses.
I was wondering where the ego thing was.
No,
going with
that's
this,
I'm being completely
that
serious.
makes sense.
Like, if I'm gonna go, That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start knife-handed MFers and, rah, and pff, people combusting into flames, just, you know. But if that happens, if you see me live streaming the brief from the Temple Mount while fire's flying out of my face, we're legitimately in end times, okay? That being said, I don't feel convicted that that's my job. However, if I did feel convicted, I'd be doing it. I'd be like, babe, I think you know me well enough.
Yeah.
I'd be like, honey, this is crazy, but I need to go to the Temple Mount and start preaching the word. And she'd be like, what? And I'd be like, bad news, I'm gonna die. But good news, 3 days later, I'm gonna get up out of the street. It's gonna be weird. I'm gonna legitimately be a zombie. But hey, we're here now. Good news, you won't starve to death. There's lots of food here. So,
PJD found it.
okay, what does it say? Jake American Legacy, I'm re-enlisting in the Army, have family, and follow the scriptures. Want suggestions on continuing my stacking to the rafters in regards to moving around every few years. So I've answered that a couple of times, but not recently, so good question. Bro, you need spider points. Whatever you get, drop it remotely, right? Wherever your base of operations is going to be after you re-enlist. Like if you're going to end up in East Overshoe, Indiana, after your current contract is up, then you need a storage unit in East Overshoe, Indiana, or your mom's garage, or the crawl space at your brother's house, or the shed out behind your best friend's farm, or whatever, and that's your place. And you stockpile all of your things there. Drop ship. Okay, if you order 2 cases of number 10 cans, obviously don't ship them to the barracks, dude. Ship them to your place. You need, this necessitates a team. Somebody there has to be receiving your stuff and setting your stuff aside. That's what I would do. And then you also need to have a plan, frankly, for, I live here now, but things went crazy. What happened? What's going on?
The mouse was trying to eat her beef.
Oh, no. Beefy Mouse? You can't eat the Beefy Mouse. So, that's what I would do. That's what I recommend. You need a little bit of stuff where you are to get from where you are to where you need to be. And then just drop ship all your stuff to somebody else on your team. Everybody knows somebody that they can trust enough to say, hey, I'm going to send some boxes to your house. Cool? Cool. Block 316. Amen. What's going on over there? Huh? Mm-hmm. What? I'm so sorry.
Beefy Mouse patch.
I love you long time.
What did the farm mouse be?
I don't know. Thoughts on freeze dryers? Babe, hit it.
I like how certain questions are like, this one's on me. Thoughts on freeze dryers?
No, not get 10 of them.
If you have the extra cash to spend on one,
Like instead of buying another used car, you're
Right.
gonna get a freeze dryer.
like there's a lot of people that have really good experiences with it, but know like there is a learning curve. It's not just like put food on trays,
Hey,
put
Miss
trays
Liz.
in
What'd you bring
freeze
me?
dryer.
Laundry?
hit button,
I
and
love
then
laundry.
poof, they're done.
Thank you.
There's a lot about like adding extra drying times and all of that. But if you have the extra money,
You do this while I go do this.
okay, if you have the extra money to spend on one, then by all means, spend it on one. They have recently, like within the past year, upped their warranty from 1 year to now 3 years for the machine itself. I think the pump still only has like a 6-month, maybe a year warranty on it. But it's generally the pumps that fail. So I've seen a lot of people that are like, don't upgrade the pump, just go with the basic pump, because you can get a basic pump for, you know, like $100 and something from Harbor Freight, and they will go out eventually. And so as opposed to like spending the extra, I think it's $1,200 or $1,500 for the oilless pump, just go with the basic. And so yeah, that's kind of my thought. Like we've looked at them, we've priced them, and it's something I'm interested in. It's a lot of dough, and so I'm not 100% comfortable spending that much dough on something that I'm not super sure about. You know, I think, yeah, it's 3 to 4K. Like if you get the large, I think like all in with shipping, you're looking at like 4.5, 5K. They are cheap. And like on the freeze dryer forums that I belong to in groups, that's one of the biggest things is like people are like, go big or go home, because once you get it, you're gonna wish you had a large.
Oh snap! That's right.
And not the small or the medium.
That's right. What about a 2X?
And
Oh, what are we talking
yeah,
about?
it's the same way with like the Berkey system. Like I wish I got like the medium sized one. Like I think it's like 3.5 or 2.5 gallons, and I wish I had the bigger one. I still don't know where I'd put it, but I wish I had the bigger one. Yeah, 4K buys a lot.
Is that why
So,
you just went plus size with this?
Yeah,
You're like, you know what? I'm not messing around.
no.
No more twigs for men.
No.
Plus size. That's right.
Y'all watch out. Don't disturb. We're gonna be baking lasagna later.
Oh, we are.
I'm planning already.
You're planning.
Pre-planning.
Guys, I gotta go. It was great seeing ya. Y'all have a blessed evening. Shalom. Oh my goodness. What are we talking about new?
I don't know. People are laughing.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they?
Lots of LOLs.
Lulz.
And cry,
Sweet
laughy
lulz.
faces.
Preheating the oven. That's right,
Exactly.
Dad. That's right. You can't see what's going on below this line of sight right here.
Right?
That's right.
There's a reason
That's right.
it's heads only.
I said on a video one time, it was a video or live stream, I was like, you know, you guys, you make a lot of assumptions. I'm not even wearing pants right now. And they're like, people were horrified. They're like, you're not wearing pants? I'm like, what? If I wasn't, what difference would it make? It's like, I mean, I am wearing pants, or am I?
Right.
But
Somebody asked what we were drinking. Bear is, of course, peanut butter whiskey. That's what we're drinking.
Yep.
Okay. And I am
Patreon is from the waist
Blackberry
down.
Moonshine
Amen.
and pomegranate schnapps.
There is a Torah for that.
There is a Torah for that.
Do not uncover the nakedness of your father. However, she's not my father, so...
Right. You can be naked.
And I'm not your father.
No.
We good.
Yeah.
We good. What? What did you say over there?
Liz is over there talking smack.
Well, this is talking smack.
Yep.
She said a good thing she's leaving in 18 minutes.
Oh, you put a timer on it? Oh, you're baking lasagna too? You're preheating the oven? No, no. I'm so sorry.
It is good.
What is
We
good?
bought some Blackberry Moonshine for a friend of ours, and he ended up not really drinking very much of it.
Hold on. What brand of PB whiskey? Screwball.
Yeah, only.
The all the other ones are not good. They're
Yeah.
they're not good. But Screwball peanut butter whiskey is phenomenal. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we got him like 2 jars because it comes in like a mason jar,
Right.
and he didn't end up drinking a lot of it. So we had peanut butter or pomegranate schnapps for another drink that we made involving pickle juice, and it was just bad. It was really, really bad. So Blackberry Moonshine and pomegranate schnapps is the bomb.
Who would put pomegranate schnapps and pickle juice together?
No,
It was
supposed to be pickle juice and
cherry.
cherry Kool-Aid
Um,
and Tabasco.
we couldn't find it, and so we
This
just
sounds like something
improvised.
drunk
And our-
girls make up when they're on the back of a four-wheeler at Lake Havasu during spring
Yeah,
break.
it was terrible.
If we
Yeah.
use fruit punch moonshine and pickle juice, maybe that would taste
Wait,
better.
there's a fruit punch moonshine?
in the fridge, but it tastes like cough syrup. I think it tastes like cough syrup.
It tastes good. But
It was gross.
But then she didn't like it, so she just kept adding pomegranate to it, thinking it would taste better.
What's going on here? Fried pickles are good. Fried pickles are good. Jagermeister.
Good job.
Jaeger. We so back in the day when I played metal drums, we were not, what do you call that? It's not a sponsorship per se. I guess it was a partnership with Jagermeister, where, see, alcohol companies can't give you alcohol, but they can tell the distributor how much you can pay for alcohol. And so we were getting magnums of Jagermeister for like $7.25. Like the 175s, the one with 60 shots in it, for $7.25. And so the last big show that I threw, we got 42 cases of magnums. So that was 252 magnums of Jagermeister. What's 252 times 60? It's a lot. So like 1,600 shots. I'm sorry, 16,000 shots of Jagermeister. We got, it was on a pallet. They literally delivered a pallet of Jagermeister. And I think that was the last time I drank Jaeger. And like all the bands, what's that? Yeah. All the bands that we booked, every band has a rider. They're like, we get a case of Heineken and a case of Corona and tuna sashimi. It was like, no. Everybody gets a case of Budweiser, a bottle of Jagermeister, and 2 pizzas of your choice. That's your rider now. Take it or leave it. And that's what everybody got. And we had a lot of Jagermeister. So.
I used to drink one. I think it was Jameson.
Jameson Irish whiskey?
Yeah, I think it was Jameson and
good but overrated.
Like 2 drops of Tabasco sauce. And it was called a snake bite. That was good.
That sounds right.
Yeah. That was really good. I used to drink a lot.
If I wanted to, like, if I was destination messed up, like, I'm here and I need to go from sober to buzzed right now, it was Irish car bombs.
Yeah.
And I'd get 2 or 3 Irish car bombs. I'd walk up to the bar and just be like, give me a car bomb. They'd be like, okay. I'd be like, 2 of them. No, 3 of them. Give me 3 car bombs. And they'd be like, you want 3 car bombs? I said, yes. Do you take cash? Here's 2 $20 bills. Give me 3 Irish car bombs. Plunk, plunk, plunk. Okay, we're here now. And then usually shenanigans would ensue. So. What does it mean where it says Ham uncovered the nakedness of Noah? Exactly that. He looked upon the nakedness of his father. Daddy was in a tent banging mommy, and Ham shouldn't have been paying attention to any of that. Okay?
Hashtag lasagna.
Yeah.
Only they had lasagna door hangers back when they made the Bible.
Like, you knew when to look away.
I'm saying, like, the canvas doesn't stop sound. You knew what was going on.
From a very young age, you knew when you didn't go in the tent.
I'm telling you.
Or
Yeah.
you pretended to be asleep.
Pissed off arborist prepper. May we have some more Bear Nation podcasts, please? Yes, and yes. I'll say this. The Daily Brief is now becoming podcasty, so that's out there. I need to pick back up in Isaiah, but I'm telling you point blank that Isaiah, when I was reading Isaiah with y'all, I was reading it in my quiet time in the mornings. And because of circumstances since March, i.e. the world trying to end, I haven't had quiet times in my mornings for 6 months. That being said, I intend to get back to that. And also, by the way, Mr. Pissed Off Arborist, are you ISA certified? What's going on here, man? What's your favorite kind of climbing gear? Do you use hooks or do you just rope climb? You like Stable Braid, Yale Rope Company, or Samson? Because I'm a Samson guy myself, and I always like Buckingham saddles, but Petzl makes some pretty good stuff too. And locking gate carabiners for rigging are the best. I like the steel ones, not the aluminum though, so what's going on? And I really, really like the old school steel MS200T top handle with a 14-inch bar and that little tiny micro chain.
That's
It's
just
the
awesome
best.
now.
It's the best. Believe it, believe it. But I'm also a big fan of a 360 with an 18-inch bar running RS full chisel with a ported muffler and an 8-tooth sprocket for doing big work up in the tops. Big fan. So, just asking questions, you
That's
know.
why I asked
Your
the
braid
question,
is tickling
Donna.
my ear.
Or are
Watch
you a
out.
bucket bunny? Do you only ride around in the fiberglass? What's up, man? What's up? Just saying, I may or may not have built a business from $700 in assets to a valuation of 1.4 million as a 17-year-old in 4 years, cutting trees. It's entirely
guys.
possible that happened.
So this
Ami!
is a good question.
Hi. How in the world do you do the Sabbath? Randy, great question.
I
Hit
try
it, baby.
and try
Hit it, baby.
to not work, but it always fails. So
So,
I have figured out
you know,
a long time ago
right.
that because
Sorry, not sorry. Hey, I love your hair. It looks great.
our whole kind of
You're welcome.
basis is things that make you go ugh. If you go ugh, you're not in a happy place, and
It's about how you define work.
right. So on Sabbath, I am generally not like working my job like in the store, but I am cleaning, vacuuming house. I have quiet time, but like I'm getting my house back in order, and
Tinker,
as
bless
soon
you.
as I like start to get frustrated or mad at people, I stop. Just like, I'm done. Okay, that's enough. The rest can wait. So,
Finish this thought, and then I'm gonna interrupt you for a
okay.
minute.
But, and like I do projects that I want to do. Like I wallpaper my hallway, and I work on my daughter's floor, and I paint things.
So, there's 3 primary commands when it comes to Shabbat, the Sabbath, or Shabbos, as the Jews call it, the Yahudim. And gosh, I have all the shiny object squirrels in my brain. But the first is, you do no work. The next is, nobody does any work for you. And the last is, you rest. And so it's all about how you define work. Well, you definitely don't earn money. Like that you don't do. And a lot of people say, well, Bear, I'm a cop, I work EMS, I'm a doctor, I'm a pastor, how do I not? So if you are engaged in a trade that would normally, or back in the day was done by the Levites, then there's an argument to be made that yes, you should go to work. If people will die if you don't do your job, then there's an argument to be made that you should do your job on the Sabbath. That's between you and the Most High, okay? But you don't do work. And a good analogy here is that a diesel mechanic with a gardening hobby on Shabbat should not be working on engines, but
Right.
could go work in his garden. A gardener, professional gardener with a diesel engine hobby, should not be in the garden, but could be tinkering with a diesel engine. It's about the disposition of your heart and the earning of money, and you're not having anybody else earning money for you. It's very explicit. You do no work, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor the stranger that sojourns within your gates. Nobody does any work. Nobody's earning on the Sabbath, because that is the Father's day. You are to be mindful of Him and restful on that day. Now, in that, frankly, there's a lot of leeway that manifests itself different ways in different households and different societies everywhere. The Orthodox Jews, the Hasidim, feel like switching a light switch is doing work, and so they won't do that on the Sabbath. However, they totally get the manservant part wrong, because they employ what's called a goyim, or a white dude, somebody who's not a Jew, to do all the work for them on the Sabbath. Literally, they come over and flip the light switch for them, which is complete. It illustrates the difference between the Father's perfect law and Judaism. Because Judaism is a bunch of ideas that dudes thought was a good idea. The Father's perfect law is handed from the Father to you through Moshe.
Right.
And so, getting back to restful, on the Sabbath, I personally hate a sink full of dishes. I hate it. Like it trips a trigger in my brain where I'm like, that's it. That something has to happen with that. And I can actually trace it back to an incident in my childhood that was fairly traumatic, that I don't like dishes in sinks. And so it's more restful for me on the Sabbath to take 15 minutes to do the dishes and know they're done than it is to look at a sink full of dishes all day. Okay? But the moment that I'm doing the dishes, that I go, ugh, like,
Yeah.
I stop, set it down, and walk away. And because now I'm no longer being restful. And it's also about the disposition of your mind and your heart. Are you focused on Yah or aren't you? If you're focused on you, then you're not observing the Sabbath. If you're focused on the Father, like if I'm listening to a sermon on my earbuds, or I've got worship music on, or we're doing per Deuteronomy 6, talking about the Torah and the Father and Yeshua and redemption constantly, which is a regular occurrence around here, while we're doing the dishes, I'm in line with Deuteronomy 6 right there. And you should talk about it when you stand up and when you lie down and when you're in your house and when you walk by the way, and teach it diligently to your children, and it shall be upon your doorpost and on your gates. And so it's, once again, a condition of the heart thing. And where's your line for work and where's your line for restfulness? You're definitely not earning money, okay? You should not be earning money on the Father's Day. You should not be causing other people to be working for you or doing things for you that earn money on the Sabbath. And you should be restful and mindful of the Father. How that manifests for you is a condition of your household and your heart, and they change. I've done a lot of things previously on Shabbat that I don't do anymore because I know that they're not restful to me. But I would not have known that they were not restful to me if I had not done them in the first place. And there's times where we drive a considerable amount of time round trip on the Sabbath to go fellowship with people that we love, that frankly is not restful. But we love them and we love fellowshipping with them, so we go do it. And so, all that being said, at the end of an age, when Yeshua returns, he's going to be like, I told you, Bear. And I'm like, I know, I'm dependent upon grace because my works are filthy rags, and no man works his way into the presence of Elohim, but we try. So, the Sabbath, it should be above all things set apart. It should be different than every other day. That is the crux of the command, and it's different than every other day because you're not working, you're not making other people you, and you are being restful. You're taking time out so that you think about the environment that creates, so that you have the time to talk with your son, with your daughter, with your wife, with your neighbors, with your friends, with whoever about Yahweh, your Elohim, about the Lord your God, so that you have time to listen to him, time to pray, time to set aside to read his word. It is also the first point in Leviticus 23, the Moedim, meaning the appointed times. And so we focus on Leviticus 23 as feast days because they are. But the first appointment that you have every week with the Father is on the Sabbath. And so if you're not meeting with him on the Sabbath, you're doing the Sabbath wrong. And so those are my words of experience to you. I wouldn't dare call them wisdom, but these are things that we've learned in almost 4 years of doing the Sabbath.
Yeah.
We got any of that bug spray up in here?
Oh, bless you.
Mike Morrison, bless you. Thank you.
We will see you this weekend.
Will we? And Rudy, bless you. Thank you.
No.
Thanks, Phil Diddy.
Not that. No, it's not the same. Oh, you're not charging.
Oh, I'm not charging. What else is new? I told you I need another freaking phone. Well, boys and gerbils, this get cut short. Stand by.
Sawdust up in there?
Sawdust up in there? I don't know. Shabba dabba doo. Don't even mess with it. One is enough to recharge this phone 100%. When it starts flashing, there's a problem.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I gotta get another phone.
Okay.
It's not charging. Gotta get another phone.
Okay.
It's not charging.
Guys, if you don't hear from Bear
You heard it here first.
for a couple of days, he didn't actually die. His phone did. So,
Somebody said, what do you do for bug repellent long term? What I intend to do is I'm going to find a Sasquatch. I'm going to shoot it in the face. I'm going to skin that sucker and I'm going to wear it. And then, because listen, nothing messes with a Sasquatch, including mosquitoes. Am I right? Am I right?
It's like a crazy person.
One less thing.
Chewbacca costume.
I won't need a Chewbacca costume if I have a Sasquatch fur.
Nothing messes with a crazy person.
That's true.
No, it's not the charger, y'all. It's the phone.
It's the phone.
Yeah. Bear is very rough on his phone.
Bear is very rough.
We need to get you one of
The
those.
end.
With everything.
The
Yeah,
end.
like he's
Yeah,
not
they
a
make
soft
cases
guy.
Where they have like a little thing that you can pull out.
Yeah, we've had those before. They
I
still
know.
don't work.
Yeah. It's an iPhone 10, I think.
I found.
With the X, I don't know.
I think yours is iPhone XS. Because that's what mom's is. So I don't know if you guys have the same one.
I don't know. Canuck, bless you.
No, not Mr. Sensitivity.
Me?
Yeah.
He has a sense of inside. He's a 10.
Like every once in a while, but no.
On like their anniversaries, that's about it.
I cut my leg with a chainsaw recently and had to talk everybody around me off a ledge. I was like, no, really, I'm good. They're like, are you sure you're good?
Well,
I'm like,
that's just because the last time you cut your knee, it was
You
not
died.
so little.
right, but I'm just saying, everybody else was like, are you sure you're good? I'm like, really, I'm fine. Let's have an
And
impromptu
most
trauma
chainsaw
medicine lesson.
accidents aren't like a scrape.
Oh,
Yeah, the regular world, when you hear I cut my leg with a chainsaw,
It's like
you're not thinking like,
Like
it's
an
fine.
They're now
No,
an
your leg
amputee.
cut the chainsaw. That's correct. I misspoke. My leg cut the chainsaw, not the other
Right.
way around.
We had to order a new chain.
Yeah, that's right. I dulled the chain out with my knee. My bad.
with your bones.
But yeah,
It's
I actually talked about this recently in the home homestead farm video. It's not that I don't have emotions. I just Aspen. I just relegate them to their proper place. Blonde girls who run my life and stuff.
Okay.
Please
Come
don't
on.
fall off
No,
of there.
come on. And, and
Yeah. Can I push you off of there? Is that cool?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So it's not that I don't have emotions. It's just I understand what they are. It's a biomechanical feedback mechanism, and I don't apply more weight to them than they are due. And I think from an early age, I've been forced to make real decisions with real ramifications. I started working full time at 15. Started my first business at 17. I sold my first business at 22. At the age of 26, I was running billion-dollar projects for the federal government and for very large international conglomerates. There's no room for emotion in all of that. You just got to get stuff done. And so, go ahead, dear.
Someone said watch out for the porch. The porch better watch out for me. I'm crazy.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Karate chopping them posts in half? I know,
That's
right?
fine. There's two of us. Someone said we're
I
spitting
can't.
images.
You're spitting images?
Spitting. I don't know.
I know,
Is it
this is-
spitting or spitting?
This is what I look like all the time when I braid my hair
I
and
know,
put on
we-
some eyeliner.
We're exactly alike.
I love your beard too. It
I
looks
know, I'm
really
great.
good.
You guys should see me like as a man. It's amazing. I have to get it trimmed daily. Like
I
it's
know.
rough.
Every time I go looking for my buzzers, and there they are. They're in your room. There's just blonde beard laying all over the floor everywhere. I'm like,
Yeah, like everybody
Jeez,
thinks
kids,
it's Sam's
stop.
hair on the floor, but it's really
it's
mine.
really yours. I knew it. I knew it. You must trim your beard on the couch a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam's never on the couch.
If the dog is never on the couch, how does all of his hair get
Because
on the
we
couch?
sit on the floor and the hair transfers
Well,
to our
don't sit on the
pants.
damn floor then.
But the floor's comfy.
Okay, from now on, there needs to be a de-hairing policy. We're going to cover one portion of the floor with duct tape, sticky side up, and you have to roll across it before
Like the
you get on
eyebrows,
the
yeah.
couch. Yeah. No, you can't do that. You need a hairnet or something
Did
if
you
you do
tell
that.
them about what happened with Potato?
Yes, they heard about Tater.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Or you can get like you can get the air canister that has like the pressure on it with the thing, and you spray that out the inside.
Father Yah, we lift our friend the cryptid up to you for this back surgery and ask that your will would be done and that you would heal this person and make your will manifested in their life. In Yeshua's name, amen. BeardNet. Amen on the BeardNet.
Beard.net. That should be our next website.
We should buy, I think we need to start for real. Brothers Beard Oil. Brothers Beard Oil.
With essential oils?
Yeah, and it's just gonna, and it'll just be stamped Psalms 133 on the front of it. And
There's a fly.
we're gonna get like 55-gallon drums or IBC totes filled with extra virgin olive oil.
Oh, someone wasn't here.
And then we're gonna just dump cups of, like, actual cups of essential oils in it. Open the valve, put it in a little dropper, and sell it for $18.95 like every other beard oil company out there. I'd be like, this one IBC tote has $3.7 million worth of beard oil in it because the little 2-ounce bottle retails for 19
Someone
bucks.
asked for what happened to Potato. Short version, he stepped on a fly paper and got stuck, and he sat on it, and it was stuck
But
to
a
his butt.
big fly paper.
Yeah, and like it was like
Yes,
his
thank you
dragon
for
tail.
fixing
Ellie
him.
ripped it off his butt.
Thank you for fixing him.
And he freaked out.
Mike Morrison, bless you. Thank you.
Hi,
And
Michael Martinez.
Michael Martinez, bless you.
Why are there
Thank
so
you.
many mics in the world?
So many mics. It's a very common name, man. Very common name.
Sorry, Potato. Ellie even cleaned him off afterwards to make sure he had no sticky left. He got stuck on the stump outside the front porch.
He got stuck on
That's
the
how we
stump.
caught him.
I've had him on the phone porch
I was afraid he was gonna get stuck in a tree and then like fall out of the tree and get stuck to the branch.
Cats are so stupid.
I know.
I know.
I'm not Mike. It's a Brian. That's another comment.
We got another Brian. What's going on
He
here?
said, I'm not Mike. He's a Brian.
Oh, hey
now."
Brian. Hey Brian, Mike. Good to see you. No, yeah. There's 3 things that go in my beard. They are
Hair,
sweat,
gray hair,
sawdust, and whiskey. So when people are
and
like,
sour cream, and sometimes ranch on occasion.
that's true, yeah. It like certain sauces, depending on what I'm eating, but not on a regular. What is the best way to contact you? Send me
Don't.
an
He's not that exciting.
that. Thanks for your $5, but that. You can send me an email at ntxmag November Tango X-ray Mike Alpha Golf at gmail.com. Put in the email, say, Monica, forward this to Bear from the live stream, okay? So, no, but I wouldn't be making beard oil for me. I would be making beard oil for all of the people out there that feel the need to be putting beard oil in their beards. And I'm telling you, this is straight up business. This is not me trying to take advantage of the Bear Nation. It's just straight up business. People are going to buy beard oil. If they do, they should buy Brothers Beard Oil. Psalms
Potato.
133. And we'll market it. It'll be cheaper than every other beard oil, but it'll be better than every other beard oil, just like the Bare FAC and the Bare Minimum. However, one IBC tote full of oil would be $9 bajillion. Psalms 133. That's Proverbs 3. Psalms 133.
Shalom. Someone's leaving.
Who's leaving?
Crispy Cricket.
You better don't, Crispy Cricket.
Or they just got here. Shalom's either way.
Well, they said bye. Love y'all.
Well, yeah, shalom's like aloha. It's an in and an out, right? It's a two-way street. Psalms 133. See how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity, like the precious oil on the head, running down on the beard of Aharon, of Aaron, running down on the collar of his robes, like the dew of Hermon that comes down on the mountains of Zion. For there Yahuwah commanded the blessing, life forever. It's a tiny, tiny little boom. It's easy. Right there, you can print that on the back of the bottle, call it Brothers Beard Oil, sell it for $49.95, and make $1 bajillion. Somebody buy brothersbeardoil.com right now,
I have
please.
a question for the
Awesome.
peoples.
So, and hops number 9 also. Yeah, and see, here's the trick. You could also use it to lube your weapons. Right? So when your babe is like, hey, I got you some beard oil. You're like, yes. I'm going to squirt that on
I
my
have a
bolt
question
carrier
for
group.
them.
What? What's your question?
What type of fries do you guys like? Do you like just the normal cut ones? You like the crinkle fries, the waffle fries, or the curly fries? I personally like Arby's curly fries.
Mark Chase, shalom. What about Freddy's fries? You like that more than Arby's curly fries?
No, I love Arby's curly fries. This is
Friday.
delicious.
Freddy's Friday on the way up to TCCC. Let's do it. Freddy's Friday.
Without me? How dare you?
All the fries. Waffle fries are good.
Waffle fries. Chick-fil-A waffle fries are the best. Well, I mean, Arby's curly fries are the best. Waffles. Oh, people love the waffles.
I know.
Waffles are actually really good scoopers for ketchup.
Steak fries. Yeah.
What
Arby's
type of
curly.
steak fries? Are those
Curly.
like seasoned with steak?
Five Guys fries are good.
I like sweet potato fries.
Tommy, bless you,
I
brother.
like those. Do you guys like wedges? I like potato wedges or potato.
Well, that's what they mean by steak fries. Potato wedges and steak fries are kind of like kissing cousins. They're kind of the same thing. Don't get any ideas. You don't have any hot cousins.
I don't. I think most
That
of
I
my
know
cousins
of.
are girls.
Yeah, even better. Definitely don't get any ideas.
My kids are kind of in their own age bracket.
That's true. Yeah, but you're from the South. And my dad was one of like 12 kids. So I actually almost got into a fight with a guy at a bar one time.
I
Because
had one of burger fries.
he was built like me, but about an inch taller.
Tater tots.
And brash and loud like me, which of course, you know, opposites attract, and we were not opposite. And he was just going on and on and on, and I got up in his face. I said, look,
You don't
man,
have
here's
any
the deal. If you don't knock it off, I'm going to knock your teeth through the back of your head. Just gave him the look. We kind of leveled with one another, and he knew I was serious, and I knew he was serious. And he's like, all right, and we kind of shut it down. And I turn around, and I'm walking away. He's walking away. He goes, wait,
My ear.
you're a Morris? Because I had one of my power construction shirts on. He goes, yeah, what about it? He goes, me too. So, well, come on over here, cuz. We start talking, and my grandma was his grandma's sister. Never met this guy in my life. Turns out we're like third cousins or something. We almost beat the crap out of each other in a little bar in Texas. Like, yeah.
Morris
There
is
you
such
go.
a popular name, though.
It is.
last
It
name.
really is. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of us, and I'm pretty sure my dad's responsible for half of them.
Someone
I'm
said
just
In-N-Out,
saying.
like In-N-Out fries. I've never been to an In-N-Out in my life. I've only seen them on TV.
I think In-N-Out is overrated. I think they don't hold a flame to Freddy's. Freddy's
I
Steak
like
Burger is
Wendy's-
phenomenal.
Well, I like Wendy's burgers because they're square, and also Wendy's Frosties. Whenever Wendy's go like 50-cent Frosties, Wendy's is the best restaurant in the world.
I
whenever
think
they have
Wendy's
50
started
cents.
doing something to the wheat in their buns, though. Like, it's like insta headache when I eat a Wendy's burger now. I
Have
can't
you
eat
ever had
them.
those Crystal or like the Crystal Castle burgers?
White Castle?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me
I
a
love
40
their
sack.
burgers.
The best. The best.
See, we are actually the same person.
We used to go to the White Castle in Nanuet, New York, in downstate New York, because they were the only
Steak
place
and
that was
shake.
open at 4 o'clock in the morning when the bars let out. And we would get like literally hundreds of those little square burgers. And then we would just eat them.
Ciders, really? Yes, ciders.
Yeah,
Got a
sliders
problem?
for sure. Of course, sliders.
No,
Give me a 40 sack.
You've been talking for a while. I'm
Whoa.
talking.
Sliders are the best.
Tactical Chicken is next in line to bear.
Whoa.
You come up with some swanky logo.
That's true.
I'm
something,
awesome
and
chicken.
Yes,
You
let's
will earn a chair.
let's figure out how to monetize our teenager. I mean, she does cost a lot of money. Maybe we can figure out how to make some money from
We're
this
talking
thing.
about restaurants. This is my forte, restaurants. I eat so much.
This is your forte. You're like a restaurateur, except
Yeah.
you just eat the food.
Yeah, I
You
just
don't
eat the
produce
food.
any of it.
I just tell them what's
I'm
wrong
telling you
with
what,
it.
for a skinny girl, like you
I
really
eat
are
a
a fat kid
lot.
at heart. Like you really are a fat kid at heart.
The other day,
And
we were
I
at
say that
Liz's
with
house,
love,
and I
but-
had 4 grilled cheeses.
That's, you already had
You owe that girl a $10 bill.
Ow!
You did have a
You just smacked me.
gnat.
Good job, Abby.
Abuse.
Forehead.
No, abuse is if we keep hitting you. Like, hey, there's another one, and another one, and another one. You owe Miss Liz a $10 bill if you ate 4 grilled
No,
cheeses.
but it was when we got a bunch of bread, and Dior was like, "Do you guys want more? We need to get rid of this bread." I was like, "I will eat all of them." So I ate all of them. They had a grilled cheese maker.
No,
so I had
Heather,
grilled
I'm not
cheese.
making her a product. I'm just gonna make a product based off of her.
Yeah, you can't buy me. Sorry, I'm too awesome.
I'm gonna buy like badassbraids.com.
Go to White Castle.
And it'll be a hat
we
with
should
2
do one of
braids.
those mukbangs. Do you know what that is?
A mukbang?
Yes. Okay. It's so back in my generation over here.
Back in the
a
day.
mukbang is where you put the camera in front of you and you eat a bunch of food in front of a bunch of people, and it's like a Q&A but with food. And you eat like you go like McDonald's mukbang and order like basically the whole menu, and you eat, and then people ask you questions.
So you want me to puke live on camera?
I don't have. I mean, I just won't eat.
What do you suppose is
We
gonna?
do it after atonement. We haven't eaten for a day, and we do it after atonement. Yes.
That kind of. That's not.
So loud.
That is not gonna put me in the mindset of atoning for my sins on atonement, knowing
After
that I have to
atonement,
live
though.
stream while eating a bunch of food and possibly puking on camera.
But we basically do that, except we don't do the answers. Do it.
Tell them
Everybody
about.
says do it. We should put a poll out, and you guys just call it.
Tell them my show. Tell them about atonement last year.
Oh, my head hurts. I've been laughing too much. What about it? How angry we all are? Like how I almost killed Harlan?
Yeah.
I really did almost kill Harlan.
So tell them what atonement is.
You don't eat because you're supposed to be atoning for your sins, and food represents the sin.
You
My
afflict
head
no.
actually hurts.
You afflict your beings is the commandment, and no, it's not. Food doesn't.
Okay.
Food doesn't represent sin. Food is sustenance from the Most High, and so you fast for a day, and you're very mindful during that day that all of your blessings come from the Most High, and all day you're like, man, I just can't wait till sundown.
I like it. We can braid tactical chicken feathers into my hair.
And so last year we cooked like double cheeseburgers and had them. They were done 2 minutes before sunset, and we were sitting at the table
Smelling it.
watching the sunset, just praying fervently, like,
No, but it was
Timorosaurus
I think it
Rex!
was- I think the
Hey,
sunset.
say hi to Rex.
Hi.
He's cool.
Hi.
Yeah, he's probably
I
not.
think the sunset around 8
It was like
last year,
7:58.
and by like 7 o'clock, I was done with everybody. Like we probably should have locked me in my room. Like,
Yeah, you and your brother were not too loving
That's-
towards one another
yeah.
on atonement last year.
Like I just need to wake up at 12 and then only be awake for 8 hours.
That's not a bad policy, but I see atonement is
that
about
defeats the purpose.
yeah, it's about afflicting your beings. Like it's supposed to be rough, because when it's rough, you're mindful of the provision and blessing that comes from the hand of Yah. And because it's 24 hours, you're not gonna die without food after 24 hours,
Like
right?
it.
So
No, but I eat a lot. That's the moral of the story. I do.
try
eat a lot.
jalapeno. What, Tommy?
I don't like
Jalapeno cheese on burger. Amen, man.
Do you guys want to hear a funny story? I have a funny story.
Send it.
Okay,
Rex really wants to hear your funny story. So.
Okay, so
tell it
here's a
straight
little
to Rex.
pretext.
But understand, his beards are not as cool as yours.
How dare you.
His braids, I mean.
His
beard's better than yours, but
so
your braids are
I don't
better
like
than his.
mustard at all.
Right.
At all. And
How much do you like mustard?
0.
0%.
I was
Roger.
making mom a sandwich because I'm a loving and amazing daughter.
Right.
And
Humble too.
yeah,
Right.
and I couldn't get the mustard to open, so I was pulling it, and then I flip it open, and the mustard juice hits me on my lip, and I was concentrating, so half of my tongue was out. I was like, ugh, and it landed on my tongue. I was like, "Ugh, ugh," and mom was right there. She's like, "What is your problem?" I was like, "It's mustard."
That is an amazing story.
I know.
Thank you for sharing that with the Bear Nation. Earl's daughter, Shalom sister, cannot wait to see y'all. And Viking Preparedness is here.
Hi.
Wow. We've
I
got
hope you
like
heard my
an
story.
all-star cast. We've got Taborosaurus Rex. We've got Earl's daughter.
I hate
We've
mustard.
got Tommy Salter. We've got Viking Preparedness. We've got Lucky Luciano. This is fabulous. It's
I
tremendous.
had mustard. I had honey mustard. Is the only one that I can do, and I can do it with a little bit on my chicken nuggets.
So now that your pastor's here, tell him how much you love the Day of Atonement and how much you're
It's
looking.
great. It's
how much you're
amazing.
looking forward
I'm so
to it.
looking
You
forward
just
to
can't
it.
wait.
You just shouldn't be here.
I don't think he's gonna be here, but yeah. I don't think anybody but us is gonna be here because atonement is not the kind of thing that's like, it's not a party, it's not a group
It's the
event.
gateway mustard. It is. One time, Harlan had some weird food habits as a kid. He makes barbecue sauce ketchup, and mustard, and then dipped his sour apples into it at Thanksgiving. And then he also broke his head open on
Well, I
Thanksgiving.
was gonna say, is that the Thanksgiving that
No,
he
we
split
were at
his
great
head open?
grandma's. And then
'Cause
one
that would-
Thanksgiving we had KFC for Thanksgiving.
Are you always gonna talk this fast, or do I get to
No,
put some
it's
words
my
on
show
my
now.
own? It's your show now.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you should take some questions. Y'all,
I
do you
will,
have
they
any?
didn't give me
Do you have
any.
any tactical questions
I don't know any
for
tactical ones. Just give me normal questions.
for Cheyenne, the daughter of Bear? Anybody? What's her favorite rifle length? Does she like
Don't
16,
know.
14.5, 11.3, 10.5? You know,
I've never had honey mustard from Chili's. I had honey mustard from McDonald's. But barbecue sauce from McDonald's. Is the best.
what's your best ruck time?
11 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm not
For what,
good.
a quarter mile or
No,
what?
for 7 miles.
First, you did 7 miles
Yeah.
in 11 minutes.
I'm the
Are you
flash.
sure you weren't driving?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
positive.
Are you still shooting your bow?
Okay, I don't have my own personal bow. I was shooting the school's bow. I would like to have my own personal bow, but I ain't got money. He got money.
Whoa,
I ain't
whoa,
got
whoa,
money.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Well,
Guys.
let's talk to these people about these boots that somebody found,
Right.
'Cause
You want
it's-
boots or you want a bow?
because it's not about you not having money. It's about you not having priorities.
I need
But
a
go
bow.
ahead, tell them about your boots versus your bow.
I don't know.
I know. Do you want me to tell them?
He's gonna say bow.
I would hate to embarrass you in front of 552 of your viewers.
What are you gonna embarrass me about?
Well, you were all like, I want these boots. What did I tell you about the boots?
You'd split it in half. You'd,
I'd meet you
you'd
halfway.
Check me. You'd match me. There you go.
I would meet
don't
you
know.
halfway. But if you had said, hey, I want a bow, what do you think I would have said?
Absolutely, totally.
Yeah, okay.
Do
So-
you have an opinion? I've never been to a Jack in the Box either.
Wow.
I've been to Whataburger. KFC's not really a fast food. Whataburger.
Yes, it is. It has a drive-through.
Okay, then KFC. I've been to Taco Bell occasionally. Taco Bueno. Have you guys ever been to Taco Bueno? I haven't been to Taco Bueno in a while. Taco Bueno's delicious. But
I feel like you're derailing the tacticalness of this Tuesday, but go ahead, continue.
tactical tacos, obviously.
Five Guys is the best.
I've seen the Five
The
Guys.
end.
I've seen the Five Guys,
Excuse
but
me?
I've never been.
Really good fries.
I think
I'm gonna-
Five Guys.
we might need to separate.
Mukbang.
You might need
Five
to get
Guys.
sanctified over there. What do you mean Five Guys is the worst? The Watchman News, Shaloha. All right,
Wait, what is her favorite
we're gonna take some real questions now. What other tactical questions do we have? Bear Cub, independent, priorities aren't tactical, gotta look fashionable too.
Yeah.
I know, right?
My sweatpants and my shirt match.
My daughter likes shooting ripped jeans in her iPhone. Thoughts?
We should be friends.
Well,
That's like my whole life. I don't know if you guys ever seen my outfits, but all I wear is ripped jeans and sweatpants and shorts that he doesn't approve of.
well. The problem here is her legs are like literally 4.5 feet long. So it's impossible for her to purchase shorts because they all become short shorts, and that is unacceptable. So
I have a mole on my leg, and if it covers the mole, we're good. If it doesn't, it's no bueno.
I didn't know that was the standard,
That's
but
my standard.
that's good
It's
to
like
know.
right here.
Yeah, you need another mole right there.
Whoa!
That's much better.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Those are pants.
Yes, I heard about the reissue of the Glock 17 Gen 1. You mean the P80 from Lipsy's? Yeah, I heard about it. It's essentially a
My
Gen
favorite
5
band.
Glock 17. So,
Okay.
which I have
See,
one
if
of.
I say
So,
my favorite band, I'm gonna get attacked by all of the people above 20
what?
years old.
Hold on, we'll go back and forth. Let's do your favorite. Compare,
Okay,
contrast.
hold on,
Yours
I
and
gotta-
mine. Go ahead.
Hold on, I gotta look at my playlist real quick.
You don't know the name of your favorite band?
No, I do. But
Thanks,
I just
Eric
have to
Caldwell.
make
Bless
sure.
you. I was a POS at that age too. I ran away from
Okay,
home at age 15 to play drums in
actually
metal
really
bands.
like-
So,
One Direction,
okay,
but those
cool.
aren't my favorite.
You have to pick one.
Hold on.
It depends on the glass that's on it. You can get it.
Shot once.
Okay, I like 5 Seconds of Summer.
You can get it.
One
for-
Direction.
I can get it new for $8,200. So if it doesn't have $5,000 worth of glass on top of it, then that's a high price.
Okay, I like 5 Seconds of Summer, One Direction.
Roy
I Don't
Orbison
Leave,
for sure. Roy Orbison is tremendous.
And then
Mostly because of his glasses,
And
though.
then crap, what are they called? I'm looking. I think
Uh-huh.
it's 5 Seconds of Summer. And
Okay.
then-
So is it my turn?
No, I think I have one more.
You have one more. Okay.
I'm trying to think of their name. Hold on.
So
I can go to YouTube.
so entertaining. You are the best at this.
I know.
You're really good at this.
I'm so prepared.
I see this.
It's not look. Okay, there we go.
Hey, Wheeze. So
The Vamps. There we go.
the Vamps, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris Ledoux, nice. All right, so you're gonna ask me,
What are your favorite bands?
what are my favorite bands? Wow, that's a great question, kid. Thanks for asking.
This is every time. Justin Bieber? Heck no.
I do love Justin Bieber.
Blech.
I am a
I don't.
believer. I'm not gonna lie. You cannot take that away from me.
I don't like Justin Bieber.
My favorite bands.
Foo Fighters, not really.
I love, and so I like music that is challenging
How much? Someone
to
asked me.
play. And because for those that don't know, I'm a drummer and I also play guitar. And I've done a lot of backing vocals. So anyway, I'm a huge fan of the band Emperor. With Strength I Burn is one of my favorite tracks ever to play and to play along to. I love the death metal band Death, which most people would say, well, that's a great name for a band. Well, yeah, but it's Thinking Man's Death Metal. They're absolutely phenomenal. What are you doing? Get your hand off my
Oh,
screen.
Miley Cyrus.
I'm also a huge Paganini fan. I love Paganini. I love Mozart. I love complexity in music. I like music that creates tension and releases tension. I like music that is actually music. New music, not so much. I'm not a big fan of music
have
at
another
all.
one.
Hold on. You
know,
already did your answers. You already did your answers. And then within that, like Opeth is another really good band. I like jamming to Opeth. But I'm a metalhead. Always will be a metalhead. And it's been tricksy trying to find metal bands that are actually at least neutral to my beliefs. Like Slayer, right? Like the last time I saw Slayer was at the Roseland Ballroom in New York City, and there were like 100 dudes with shaved heads and beards that had snuck in box cutters that were cutting each other wide open in the pit. Like, I don't need that, man. I don't need that. So,
Mine's Heart, if anybody cares.
Heart is Harmony's
Mom.
favorite band.
Heart. Lindsay Sterling.
That's not a band.
Lindsay
She's
Sterling.
a Cialolo artist.
She knows what she's doing.
Own band.
Yeah, she has a band, doesn't she?
I was still like Follow Boy. There you go.
Baby Shark is also wonderful.
Not that young.
Let's see. Let's talk about bands that I beat up. We were talking about this the other day. My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance.
I beat
I've
those
heard
guys
this
up one time.
Drank their with alcohol.
No, that was tequila. That was after a show, and there was like 12 of them sitting around a coffee table, like cross-legged. And after an hour later, there was like 4 shots gone out of the bottle. And so I said, "Hey, whose bottle of tequila is that?" And they're like, "It's ours." I said, "No, you're wrong. It's mine." And
Oh.
way back in the heathen days, and I chugged like half of it, and they're like, "Hey man, that's not cool." And then the raucous fight ensued, where Bear and Friend beat the ever-living crap out of My Chemical Romance, not to be followed by Coheed and Cambria, which actually has some pretty good music. But back in the day, they were in a band called Shabuti, and we beat the crap out of that band as well. So
I have a question for you.
send it.
Do you have a rapper that you listen to?
A rapper?
Yes, I have
No.
one.
What, you listen to rap? I had
I
no
have
idea.
this one.
You should quit listening,
No,
white girl. Quit
There is
appropriating
one.
culture.
No, I have one rapper that I listen to, and it is NF. 2 letters, NF, and he has music that is very close to my heart.
Mine's Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang?
What the heck?
So NF and Wu-Tang?
NF, he's like a really, he's not popular, he's like
Matt
coming up
Fierstein?
artist.
Nate Fierstein. cool. I like
Or Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I like
Eminem.
Necro.
Eminem's
Necro
pretty
is a
okay.
pretty good rapper.
Mom, you like Eminem?
My favorite Eminem.
All right, next question. We talked about music. What else we got?
What? We went over our rapper question.
What's your opinion on ghost guns? Hey, what do you believe about ghost guns?
Since they're asking you.
They're spooky.
I like it. You listen. We can be friends. They have good, like, he has really good music that's, like, very truthful from his soul.
Shine
just
had
need
her
live
own
streams.
channel.
No, I just need live streams.
Yeah.
I just need live streams.
Favorite pop? You mean like soda
Like
or
my-
like pop singer?
Like my type of pop or, like, because I call soda pop.
We're just gonna go with pop. Like
Pop drink?
yes, pop drink. Hey, get down.
Sam. Okay, so I
So you gotta
try not to drink pop as much as possible because it's not very good for you. But I like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And then pop singer and soda is what they said.
Okay, singer and soda.
I don't know if I have a favorite singer. I like Billie Eilish. She's a pretty good singer. And then Halsey's pretty good too.
Boondoggle, Roger. Okay, so for me, are you gonna ask me or it's just
They
the
were
Shine
asking
show
you
now?
as well.
Okay, cool. I don't drink soda, so
You
you
drink
know,
like Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke.
occasionally, and I tend to splash it over the top of whiskey.
Yeah.
So how's that for an answer? And then my favorite pop singer,
Justin Bieber.
no, very clearly Bruno Mars because
Yeah.
I'm too hot. Hot damn.
Someone was singing that
Call
in
the
the comments
police
earlier.
and the fireman. I'm too hot. Hot damn. Make a dragon want to retire, man. That's right. That's exactly right,
I don't
Yankee
think
Watchdog.
anybody's heard of my singers unless we have 14-year-old people on here.
Of course. It's not soda, it's whiskey flavoring, exactly. Are ceramic plates better than steel? I don't know, Shine, what do you think? Would you rather have level 3 plus steel plates with the anti-spall coating or level 4 multi-hit ceramics?
Whatever he likes.
Ceramics are lighter. Better is predicated on a lot of different factors like your budget and the environment that you're operating
much
in.
you weigh.
How much you weigh, how much your kit weighs,
See, I
how
think
much you, yeah, there's a lot of things going on here.
Someone asked me earlier what my bow drawback weight is.
I like ceramics. Go ahead. You like what? White Claw, that's a good one.
No, baby, not right now.
Is that M1
my
good?
drawback, I think, is I think our coaches had it set on 20 to 25.
900 pounds?
20 to 25.
You have giant
Post
arms.
Malone, I know who that is. I don't listen to his
Isn't that the guy with the beard and tattoos
No,
on
yeah,
his
he has
face?
tattoos like everywhere on his face.
Why? If you ever do
He's
that,
the white one with tattoos all over
if you
his face.
ever do that, I will hang you upside down from a tree by your
I don't like
toenails.
face tattoos.
Do you understand this?
Yes.
And I don't mean like, not by your ankles. I'm going to drill holes through your big toes, through them. I'm going to run paracord through them, throw that up through a tree limb and hang you upside down, coat you with honey and let you get coated with insects. Okay?
People are still talking about NF.
Yeah.
He has. Have you ever heard of his music? Have you ever heard of his music? He
Recommendations on starting weight for rocking. About 30 pounds to get started, and I would very quickly, as you can, accelerate from there to 40, then 45, then 50. My lightweight ruck is 45 pounds. My heavyweight ruck is 69 pounds.
No, someone asked me a question. I've been
So,
like-
hold on. Shh. Got it? Shh. A moment. Here's the deal with rucking. There's only a handful of variables. How much weight, how much distance, how much time. That's it. And so I would start with, and only change one variable at a time, okay? Only change one variable at a time. So start with about a 30-pound pack, because if you're gonna bug out when the world ends, man, it's gonna be probably at least a 30-pound pack, or otherwise you're doing it wrong. So start with a 30-pound pack, and start with whatever won't kill you. 2 to 3 miles is not a bad number to start with. Maybe start with 30 pounds, 2 miles, and time it. Add up from there. Add up from there. Add up from there. Your pack should never exceed 30% of your body weight, which means if you're a 200-pound male, That'd be 60 pounds. Anything over 60 pounds, you're going to start to injure yourself. But take that from there. Then it's about speed and distance, right? Once you get up into like the 60-pound range, it's about speed and distance. And I'm telling you, usually by the last mile, my quads are on fire, which is great because the quads are the largest muscle group you have in your body, which means that you're getting a good burn, which means you're getting like up to a 38-hour caloric burn off of that muscle group, which is phenomenal. And you will feel it the next day. It's almost the equivalent of riding a horse after not riding a horse for a while. So, 285 pounds from a 100-pound vest. There you go.
Someone said you would like NF. I think he would. He writes very real music.
So,
wait, what? Someone said something about me. Someone said I should do something, and I didn't see it. No, he writes very honest music.
Plates and freezing temperatures, reducing your core temperature. Christian hilt, you should have trauma pads in between your steel plates. And the carrier, you should also have multiple layers on. And the carrier should be snug, meaning that when you turn, it turns with you. But it shouldn't be so snug that it restricts your breathing. And it shouldn't be so snug that you have that cold-ass plate pressed up right against you. Layers are your friend, bro. That being said, when it's cold, dude, I think it was like 11 degrees one time last year, and I went rucking in my plate carrier and my rucksack and my rifle, which combined all that together for all the tactical wannabes out there. They're going to fight the war from their post box. It was 97 pounds of gear. I'm telling you, within the first half a mile, that front plate and that back plate, they were not ambient temperature. They were 98.6 degrees, dude, because your body temperature is now changing the temperature of the plate rather than vice versa. So, all the weight plus movement means you actually get hot. Tavar 7, that's exactly right.
Karaoke.
No, I don't do karaoke.
Yes, and I picked the song.
What song are we gonna do? Not a Post Malone song.
Denying Gravity.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Hey, I need another one of these batteries. You cannot stop the battery.
Can't stop, won't stop.
From Wicked, yay! Somebody knows.
Uptown Funk. That's only as a grindstone raffle. I don't know what that means. I need another battery.
You guys should tell us if you want me to
There.
just do a live stream with Dad one of
Take
these
this,
days. Just
plug
me
it
and
in.
Dad.
One of these days.
Bring me another one.
Not today's, but one of these days.
Oh my lordy! Favorite movies, sci-fi. I don't watch movies, man. I'm really a boring human being. Tennessee as a move from Long Island.
As long as you're on the east side, not the west side.
Well, listen. Gosh dang, it's way. I don't care where you move. It's way better than Long Island.
That's true.
Like, you could move
Yeah.
from Long Island to Rockland County, New York. That's still way better, okay? So, yes, absolutely. Go there. Please do. Barricade suggestions for your perimeter. Andrew, I cannot answer that this time. Look harder. There's one on the center console of my truck. You have shoes on. Use your
Yeah.
shoes. I will make you eat your shoes. Go on with you, please. Children these days. You look sleepy.
Live
Feel free to be
feed
sleepy.
is freaking fun.
Why is your
It
brain
is
fried?
fun. That's why we
That's
do these.
my brain is fried.
Because these are
I know,
enjoyable.
but like you can stop.
There's
you
a lot
can.
less of like
I absolve
the
you of
hatery
workish.
comments in live streams. One, we can
What are you
block
doing on your phone?
drinking parties at the end of the day. Kinda.
What?
I mean, today was a rough day, y'all. Like, we got heavy storms last night,
Yep.
and it flooded.
Real heavy storms.
It flooded like it has not flooded here before. I mean, y'all that have been here know, like, we have the potential to flood, and we're perfectly okay with that. But it got probably 2 feet next to the house, which our house is up
3 foot high.
Yeah, our house is up high enough that that's okay.
But the water was 2 foot up on
Yeah.
the house.
And
everywhere else
we have
too.
lots of
Thank you, dearest.
construction
You are
projects
fabulous.
going on, and so a lot of things got
I mean, you're all right
washed
for a teenager.
away and in various areas of the yards.
Yeah, we lost half a pallet of drywall. We lost a pallet of studs. Or not drywall.
Zipboard.
Zip board.
Yeah.
Lost a pallet of studs. We lost a couple $1,000s worth of gravel for the driveway. Got washed into the creek. Luckily, we happen to have a track hoe and a skid steer here, so the toddler got to sit on my lap while I scooped it back out of the creek.
Did you see how high up it got? on the
Yeah,
garden?
I sure as hell did. Yeah, I saw. So, but Bolta block is awesome.
Yeah.
Our freaking bridge has not moved a 16th of an inch since we put
And
it
it's
in.
got some force going
And
against it.
dude, between what
We
I've
had that
driven
much
over
rain.
it and all the rain that it has had to stand up to, that bridge has not moved at all,
Yeah.
which is incredibly awesome. So shout out to our brother from Interstate Steel Corp. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for the Bolta block, because for reals,
Somebody asked me about night sights.
night sights for what?
A Glock, I think.
Put a light on your gun.
And number one, I don't have a Glock. I have a Walther. Or, no, EDC. EDC. How many night sight thoughts
Do I
on
have
night
to go
sights for
grab a
EDC
pistol?
gun? Yeah,
Did,
I
did
don't.
Did they specifically
mine?
ask you?
Yeah.
Okay,
they said
go for
Hami.
it. Okay.
And I don't know. I'm not that tactical-y, y'all.
No,
I
you
mean-
got food guns, you have things that fall and stuff.
You need,
Yeah, I got,
with any weapon, you need PID.
Yeah.
You need to be able to positively identify the target.
That.
So night sights are cool. You need to be able to see them at night. However, but if you can't see the freaking target, you don't need to be pressing that trigger, because that target could be your 4-year-old, your 13-year-old, your 12-year-old,
Right.
your neighbor, your
yeah, I was
best
just
friend,
gonna say, like,
your
if
wife.
I'm grabbing a gun in the middle of the night, it's not my handgun. It's
OPSEC.
the shotgun or the,
Talk to them real quick. I'll be RB.
she's,
Oh, we're gonna pour 1 or 2 of them.
yeah, I'm better with the stabby things. Exactly.
I stole his chair. I
Hami.
stopped working finally.
I know you were looking at the screen. Yeah. I try and read as many comments.
Back porch bitches.
Yeah, it's back porch bitches, y'all. We're taking over.
We're back. Yeah, I've been on the other side of the camera, but I've just been working. He's back, y'all.
James
It was
put a
back porch.
thingy above one of your E's.
You can hop back in that seat in 1 moment. It's not back porch bitches yet. All right. Stand by.
He went and got a gun. Yeah, the rooster lived.
The rooster only got shot with a paintball gun. All right, so Exhibit A, Glock 17 Gen 5. It has night sights. It's also clear, okay? If y'all would like to see, it's clear, okay? It has night sights. See that? Here's the deal. It also has that.
Oh,
Right. So you need to be able to illuminate your target. Once that target is illuminated, if you actually have a weapons light on your pistol and you flip your light on, I can see my sights clear
Right.
as day because of that light that is on here. So having night sights are super cool. I mean, let's be honest, they're super cool. They're tritium, bro. They run on like uranium or plutonium or something, right? They glow in the dark. That's awesome. You know what else is awesome? Making sure I'm not shooting my wife in the face in the middle of the night. So when I present this gun,
Yeah,
I can
that's-
see my sights. I have a perfect sight picture because of the light that's reflecting off of my target out to, I don't know,
what
even
light?
right there.
What light is it?
TLR1HL. That is a Streamlight TLR1 HL, okay? So I can see my target. If I can't see my target, I don't need to be pressing triggers at all right? We don't shoot at bumps in the night. We don't shoot at sounds or rustling bushes, you have to be able to positively identify the target before you squeeze the trigger, okay? Moving on. This is an AR-15. It's a carbine. It has an O-light on the front of it with a pressure switch. Same reason. Night sights don't matter if I can illuminate my target, okay? My regular sights will line up just fine on that target if I illuminate the target. If the target is not illuminated, if I can't see the target, I don't need to be squeezing triggers on that target. So, are there instances where, yes, I want night sights? Absolutely. I have night sights on a lot of my guns, but in practicality, in actual application, if I can't see the target, why am I squeezing the trigger in the first place? So now we'll make the argument, okay, Bear, well, we're completely blacked out, we're running nods, and yeah, I don't want anybody to see the light signature from my weapon. Cool. You got a green laser on your gun? Because if you're running nods without a green laser, you're aiming how? Question mark. So, while again, night sights are cool, this gun is now hot. There's some night sights. They're cool. But when I do that,
Whoa.
those night sights really don't matter anymore. Okay, I have an awesome sight picture just by flipping the light on the handgun. You know what I mean, Wheeze?
What?
You don't know what I mean? Do you have night sights on your pistol, honey?
Yeah.
You do? I thought you did. Hey, watch out. You sit here and talk with Mom for a minute. I gotta go put this up, okay? Fabuloso.
Somebody said hi. Can you say hi?
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
They don't talk back.
Hi. Hi.
You make the best faces.
My tongue is like a strawberry.
It is. You doing a strawberry?
I'll lick your hand.
No, don't lick my hand. She just turned 4. So yeah, a little bit of a ham. Ham bean. Yeah.
Is that really big?
Somebody said, what's your favorite stuffed animal?
Panda.
A panda bear? What about your sparkle belly? Your star belly?
Yeah! A panda starbelly.
Mm-hmm.
Panda starbelly. Panda starbelly.
Yeah.
Panda strawberry. Panda strawberry. Panda strawberry. Panda strawberry.
Did we finish the chicken canning?
No.
So,
No.
yes, we did. So we finished all that was like on the verge of thawing. And then we still have a bunch in
Only if
the
you're quiet.
freezers that we've been talking about
Super quiet.
planning another canning day and trying to do some more. But we canned for 3 days straight, so 3 or 4 days straight.
Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho.
It's squishing me too hard.
What?
Yeah, pressure
Squishing
canning.
me too hard.
You put that video on Patreon, didn't
It's
you?
out this morning.
Yeah. Oh, it did post this morning?
Posted this morning.
Oh. Yeah, that's been a while.
Oh.
That's how Patreon works.
Hey ho, hey
You think you
ho.
could fight Mr. Dudley? Do you? Think you could take him? Kya, 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 kya. Yes? No? Maybe? Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
I didn't see it.
What's Mrs. Bear's rifle of choice? So,
All right.
my
Go
like,
see 9.
whoa,
Run away.
my everyday like homestead gun would be the
We have a video on this on Patreon.
Right.
Your 5 guns for the homestead.
yes,
go ahead.
we do. It's a 22. Who makes it? I don't know. Ruger. Ruger 22. Stop. And
Get off there.
nope.
You're
Okay.
fixing to get annoying. Run away.
9. You communicate with your brother. If you've been with her all day and he needs to trade off, go talk.
There you go.
Ow!
You're welcome.
So yeah, this is my homestead choice. I take this everywhere with me when I need to. Does that make sense?
I take this everywhere with me when I need to.
Yeah. If I need to grab a gun,
If
I
you're
grab
grabbing a
this.
gun, that's the gun you grab.
Yeah,
You've killed a lot of things with that.
I have. Many a skunk, possum,
Raccoon, squirrels,
squirrels, rabbits,
rabbits.
goat.
I've killed some cats with it.
Yeah, goat,
I killed a bunch of sheep with it.
turkey. Didn't I use
Turkey.
this to kill the turkey?
I think you did blow ahead. Snakes.
Snakes, lots of snakes.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's for here.
So I like this gun. Like, I can shoot a pretty awesome grouping
Uh-huh.
with this gun.
Uh-huh. There you go.
Yeah. I like
And
that.
what about for when you're not here?
When I'm not here, I've got my Walther PK380
Uh-huh.
and my Keltec Sub 2000
Uh-huh.
with me all the time.
Indeed.
Because you never know
You never know.
if you need a handgun or a rifle.
You never know when somebody needs 33 rounds of 9mm.
Right. And I've got them both in my backpack.
So, you just OPSEC yourself so bad.
Well,
It's all good. So be it. It's cool.
is Oklahoma open carry?
Oklahoma is all the carry. There's like 4 laws in Oklahoma, and one of them is you can take a gun with you wherever you want to go, forever, always, forever and ever. Amen.
Yeah. And the opossum, the possum,
The
yes.
opossum.
If they aren't like next to my chickens, I leave them alone. But if I catch them in the chicken coop,
Dead.
they get dead.
Dead.
So, and that's the same way like with snakes, unless they're poisonous for the most part, we leave them alone until we find them in the chicken coop. Until I
Dead.
reach into the nesting box and go to grab an egg and grab something cold and
Slimy.
not slimy, but slithery, yeah. And then the 22 comes out. Cause yeah, that's just, that ain't happening. Which has happened on more than one occasion.
What else we got?
I know they eat the ticks, but they
No,
also
listen.
eat the chickens.
People say this all the time. They're like, possums eat ticks, don't kill them. You
Yeah.
guys, you act like the possums are like the Zamboni machine for ticks. Just going over every square inch of the homestead while we're asleep, polishing the ice and getting all the ticks and making sure that's not how it works. All right, like they might eat ticks. They don't eat enough of them that you can tell the difference. I have heard all the time when we had guinea hens, Bear, don't kill those. They eat ticks and chiggers. Well, when you have 20 of them and you still get ticks and chiggers constantly, either they're not very good at their job, or we have more ticks and chiggers than the guineas can keep up with, which is why the guineas get shot and cooked.
Yes.
Okay? So,
Yeah.
like,
They
Well-
get left alone until they
a possum can eat 2,000 ticks per night.
invade.
Just because it can. Back in
Yeah.
the day, I could drink 50 keg beers per night. Doesn't mean I do it all the time. I don't do it anymore at all, right? Just because something can doesn't mean that they do.
Yeah.
Possums suck. I shoot those things all the time. You might be friendly to them as long as they're not near your chickens. I just know that sooner or later they're going to end up near the chickens, so I just kill them.
Yeah. No, I leave them alone.
Every time we kill a possum, they're within 15 yards of the chickens anyway.
Yeah.
Like, because we find them, that's where they are.
Right.
What's that?
Because there's chickens everywhere.
Well, that's true too. There's also chickens everywhere, so
Over an open fire, Tommy.
grill them.
Yeah.
Grill them.
They are delicious.
Oh my gosh, are they delicious. If I had known that guinea hen tasted that good back in the day, we would have had far fewer guinea hens much sooner. But olive oil and vinegar with like salt, pepper, Italian herbs, and onion powder. Oh my gosh, and a garlic, lots of garlic. They were
Divine.
the hindquarters almost tasted like brisket. That's how good they were, and it's poultry. So, yeah, I can't stand them either, which is why we kill them and eat them.
Right. They're annoying.
That's why Liz has them.
Their tastefulness
For right
makes
now,
up for
she
their
has them.
annoyingness.
I have 21. Oh, hey, look who it is. I have, not I will have 21. Trespassers will be shot, even if they're guinea hens. Just saying. Oh, okay. Yeah, that guinea hen was phenomenal, right? How many
Quick
chickens?
thought. Oh.
Uh,
Jeff TBD has asked
below
that
120 degrees, preferably, Jeff. Below 120 degrees, preferably. How many chickens do you lose to predators? You're the chicken lady.
I would say possibly one every 3 to 6 months.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. We really don't lose that many. Like, we lose more babies, but that's generally as opposed to stupidness than necessarily like predation. But we really don't lose that many.
Shalom, Sister Vicky. 85% screwball, 15% Kahlua is how I roll.
I told her just a splash.
Just a splash, yeah.
Just a splash.
We used to lose a lot of chickens to predation, but we killed the vast majority of the predators.
Well, and then we figured out like certain dogs that we had were part of the disappearance.
Yeah, but I mean, we also literally put on an L-shaped baited ambush at one point and just did lots of predator murder one night. So,
Right.
like, it's good times.
How did you protect them? A dog
And firearms.
and firearms, but mostly dog. And
What time is it, Fo? 9. 9!
Someone said my name.
Is it only 9 o'clock?
yeah,
I'm the oldest man on the face of this earth. I'm like, it's got to be 1 o'clock in the morning. No,
seems
it's,
like
it's
Yankee
9.
is your biggest chicken predator. Well, yes, he has killed more than.
No, I mean, predator means that you don't want them killed. When Yankee kills chickens, it's because we've sanctioned the killing. So,
Well, in some cases, there's been some that I've been like, oh wait, hang on, what? You killed that one?
you have enough that you can afford to...
I know.
If you don't own what's going on? What are the top 5 historical figures you would hang out with for an afternoon? That's a great question. I think George Washington is a go-to. I would love to hang out with old George. I would love to spend even just an hour with Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. I just think that, like, what you could learn in an hour with Yeshua, like, I have so many, I would be total fanboy, like, I have so many questions. But, and then honestly, Shaul of Tarsus, Paul, I need to get him on the record on a couple of things just to settle some debates. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about here, brother. But Shaul, Paul of Tarsus, the Apostle Paul, Yeshua for sure, George Washington, probably Moshe. But Moshe, it's like we got a pretty good accounting of him. So let's just go with Washington, Yeshua, Shaul of Tarsus, I want to talk to Caleb, because Caleb was a total badass, like total. Caleb goes into the Promised Land, and at the age of 40, spies out the Promised Land, comes back, and he's like, yo, man, it is awesome in there. And Joshua, Yehoshua, and Caleb are like, dude, let's go in. And the other 10 sopping wet P-words are like, nope, we're not going in. There'd be giants in them hills. So they wander in the wilderness for 40 years so that wicked and adulterous generation can die off. Then they come back at 80 years old. Then they take the Promised Land by force after 5 years of open warfare. And then Caleb is like, hey, man, I want that mountain. And Joshua goes, okay, we can make that happen. But you know there'd be giants up in them hills. And Caleb he literally says, dude, I am as good today as the day Moshe tapped me on the shoulder 45 years ago. Give me the mountain and I'll take it. And Joshua goes, it's yours, bro. So Caleb says, hey, boys, grab your axes. We're going to go murder some giants, the sons of Anak. And so they go up the hill and they kill not one, not two, but 3 giants. And then they settle there. I'm like, I would love to just like spend an afternoon drinking a beer with Caleb. Just like, so give me some deets. What's up? What was Joshua like? Tell me about this warfare in the Promised Land.
How did it go down?
How did it go down? I think that would be awesome. Man of the Night 5th, I don't know. Who else is there? Right? Who else is there? Washington is a given. I'd probably spend a good amount of time. I'd like to spend probably a good amount of time with perhaps Patton, just picking his brain. Detailed questions. Very detailed questions. Yeah, maybe Teddy Roosevelt.
Mine would be Clara Barton.
Clara Barton, that's a good one.
Who's that?
She was like the lady that like started the Red Cross. What?
Isn't that, that's not the lady from Paul's.
My number 1 character trait is action. My number 2 is context. And I crave context. Like, I do so much better when I know how we got here so that we can extrapolate off of that and figure out where do we go next. And, like, for example, Washington, Caleb, Yeshua, Saul of Tarsus, Shaul of Tarsus, right? Patton, like, what comes next? Where are we headed? What do we do next? And, like, ultimately, yeah, I'm telling you, Moshe is the guy. Gosh, Moshe is the guy. But really, an hour with Yeshua would be life-changing. I'd probably, like, frankly, I would probably just weep for an hour. There would be no questions. There would be no, how was it? No words. There's no words, right?
Then you have to like exclude things from like the group, like the potential.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of an obvious.
I don't know. Well, I mean, is it an obvious though? I think.
Well, I mean for us,
I
it
think
is.
less and less so these
Yeah.
days. It is an obvious. You know.
It's like asking somebody what their favorite book is, and you're like, what's your favorite book other than the Bible?
Right.
Right.
I don't know. Perhaps Seneca. I think Seneca would be a good time to spend some time with Seneca. But I don't know, man. What about contemporarily Dan Carlin from Hardcore History? I love that guy's podcasts. I'd love to just sit down and talk to him.
David Barton.
I've met David Barton on a couple of different occasions. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude. Wall builders, that's who you're talking about?
David Barton.
Yeah. So Peter,
Ken Ham from
yeah.
Creation Museum, Art.
So
Yeah.
Dan Carlin, amen. Ask the founding fathers about the Second Amendment. Dude, what's there to ask? It's clear. Shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. Like, and this is what I was saying earlier. It amazes me how many people are constitutional literalists and will hang their hat on a document written by men as being literal word-for-word truth, and then when it comes to the Bible that was handed down by the Most High Yahweh or Elohim saying, well, no, that's not exactly what it means. It's like, wait a minute, I thought you were a literalist. Only when it's convenient, right? See, that's the thing. Only when it feels good. Only when it jives with what my elders have told me.
T-Mac's
So.
done back. and gave him a rocking chair.
I've met Glenn on several occasions.
Yeah.
I've been on 2 different shows on the Blaze. I built the rocking chair in Glenn's office. I built the desk that Pat sits at. I built the desk that Jeffy sits at. I built the round table that's on the news and why it matters.
I designed it.
I built part of the set on Dana Lash's show before she left the Blaze. I built the desk that Tommy sat at before she left the Blaze. I built the pop-up walls for the Mercury One Museum in conjunction with wall builders. Like, with these 2 hands, I've met Glenn on several occasions. He's a great guy.
That was our job at the wood shop. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like, part of our job. He was a client.
Well, it proves the point. Like, when I set my sights on something, I get it. I said, hey, we're going to have the Blaze as a client. And they said, the owner of the company was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I said, no, you misunderstand me. We are going to have the Blaze as a client. And we got the Blaze as a client. And the first time I met Glenn, I looked at him and we were talking in the green room. And he said, give me your opinion on everything that's going on. I said, frankly, Glenn, at this point, I'm just waiting for the first shot in the Second American Revolution. I think we're there. And that was about 3 years ago. And I think we might, with Kyle Rittenhouse, we might be there at this point. Poor kid. And just to reiterate for those that are new here, I don't court that at all. I don't want that. I want normalcy for the people that I love. Hardcore, I want normalcy. But I think that the positions that we find ourselves are preordained. If we are not in end times, we are in a cyclical pattern that mimics end times, one or the other. And
Bless you, Corbett. Thank
food
you.
scarcity and civil unrest are among those things for sure. Wars and rumors of wars, and nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And we're seeing it, we're living it right now. So, yeah. But Glenn is a great guy. He really is a great guy. We disagree on a lot of things, but he is a great guy. He's a very compassionate individual. He really is. He's surprisingly tall. You wouldn't think he's as tall as he is, but he's surprisingly tall. And he's the type of person that looks you in the eye and speaks to you like a human being. And the last time I saw Glenn, we delivered some stuff to the office. We were just delivering stuff, and the studios, Mercury Studios, were the former Paramount lot, and all of the walls in the offices are glass. And his office, like all the other offices, have glass walls. And me and my buddy Squid were dropping off a pallet of stuff. We were forking it in with a pallet jack and dropping it off. And I don't know who he was in a meeting with, but he looked over his shoulder, looked at the person, did one of these, looked over his shoulder again, did one of these, and came out of his office, stopped the meeting he was having, came over to me and goes, hey man, how you doing? Are you doing okay? I haven't seen you in a while. Is everything good? I'm like, man, I'm great. Thanks for asking. He's like, it's good to see you. I said, Glenn, it's good to be seen. He goes, what are you doing for us? And I said, we're dropping off the walls for the pop-up museum. He's like, that's awesome. You guys do a really good job. I really appreciate it. I'm like, man, you're cool, Glenn. He goes, man, you have a great day, all right? It's good to see you. I'm like, dude, it's good to see you too. That was the last time I saw Glenn. We don't know each other well enough to hang out on my back porch, and we disagree on several things, but he's a good man. He's an honest man. And while his convictions and my convictions probably are not the same thing, I respect him for following his convictions. So, but it also proves the point, if you decide one day you're going to do this thing, do it. I decided we will have the Blaze as a client, and we did. So, that's kind of how I roll, though.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yep. Does Glenn ever watch my show? I don't think so.
Probably not.
If he did, he probably is very upset and eats a lot of Tums while he watches them. I'm nobody, man. I'm nobody. And
When you were really, I know, like, you didn't have but like maybe 2,000 subs
back in the day, yeah.
back when you did that. So, like, it was really, really early
Yep.
bear.
Yep. It was during the Squid and Bear days.
Yeah. which
Before
I'm
you lost all
wearing.
your weight.
Shalom,
shirt.
Ozark Geek. Yeah, I love this. This
Squid
is-
and bear.
I'm not trying to touch your boob. I mean, I'm a little bit trying to touch your boob,
It's
but not a
nowhere
lot.
near my boob.
Okay. But that squid logo is awesome. The bear logo is good, but the squid
Yeah.
logo
For,
is
for
awesome.
people that don't know, look at the
Hey,
back.
listen, keep your shirt on.
Look at the back.
The ish.
The ish shirt.
Ish. Yep. Ish. I got one of those hanging in my office.
That's where
Love
the
those
ishy
days.
comes
Jeff
from.
Brown, bless you.
The ishiness comes from.
So,
It wasn't the glory days, y'all. Like,
it was just different.
it was the beginning,
It was just different.
but it's definitely not the end.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too, right? You got to be willing to pivot. Like, I love Squid. He's my brother. He's one of my best friends. He's awesome.
Right.
And had to pivot. That's
Yeah.
all.
Ishiness, yes.
Chad, bless you. Yeah, man, I am somebody, but I'm nobody. It's like I said on the brief the other day, man. I don't want 100,000 followers. I want 100,000 leaders. And I mean that, earmuffs, kids. I mean that shit like you would not believe. It's something me and my wife talk about all the time. Me and my team talk about it all the time. I don't want people to follow me. I don't want 100,000 bear followers. I want 100,000 people that are living the convictions of their heart where you are. Don't try and come here and do what I do. Do what I do where you are. Be the light where you are. Find strength through Yahweh your Elohim, the Lord your God, where you are. Right? Stand up and do the things where you are. I don't need you to follow me. My ego has zero requirements for you to follow me. I don't want followers. I want leaders. I want 100,000 leaders. I want a 250,000, 1 million leaders of people who will submit themselves to the Father and His will and do the convictions of their heart. Live it. Actually do it. Don't put me on a pedestal because I am a busted up piece of shit. What I live every day is the proof that you have no excuses. That's what I do. Don't revere me. Revere your Creator. Don't put what I do on a pedestal. You can do it too. And so that's what I need. That's what I want. I want you to stand up where you are and be the change where you are and let the light of the Most High shine through you where you are. I don't want you to follow me. I want you to take what you can from me and apply it to you and your situation where you are. Do not follow me. I'm not worth following. I'm a mess. The only good that's in me comes from the Father. Okay, I know this. I know me well enough to know this. And so I want what this channel to be about is for y'all to separate, be independent from this broken Babylonian system so that the Father can work through you to do good where you are. Okay, and I get, this is important to me. I get choked up over this because I know, yeah, I'm somebody. I'm a son of Yah, okay? I am fearfully and wonderfully created in the image of Elohim, but I'm a man. Yeshua says you call no man master but your Father in heaven. That includes me. I'm not special. All I'm doing is proving that your excuses are useless. You belong to Yahweh your Elohim. He has a plan for you and you should do it. You should stand up where you are and do it. I don't want 100,000 followers. I want 100,000 leaders. Okay? That's what this channel is about. I want you to leave here better than you came here. That is always my goal.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah, and with that, somebody's cutting onions in here and I need another glass of whiskey. So talk to the people, honey.
Talking.
You say uh-oh? Oh.
That's the song you were singing.
Oh, if you want to.
Yeah, onion ninjas all the time.
Chicken chair again.
Backwards.
Backwards bad words. I got my sanctified shirt on. Good job.
my goodness,
Good
Jack.
job, team. Exactly. Like, we get all the time. People are like, if I could just move there, my life would be so much better.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, I mean,
Fuck
I
you.
moved here. It's awesome.
Right, but like,
It's hard.
Everything
you
is
didn't
so
come
much
here
more
thinking
chaotic.
like your life. I mean,
But no, we expect it to be hard.
Yeah.
Like hard. We expect it to be way harder than it is, just because we like
They've been
know
living in a
Yeah.
plumbing
trailer with
people.
6 people.
Yeah, we're living in a trailer it's a 27-foot travel trailer with somewhere between 6 and 10 people.
yeah,
So I think that's awesome.
yeah.
Like, so, I mean, it depends on what you think is going to be awesome. So, I was expecting to be completely off grid, and I have a microwave, so I think I'm like in heaven.
Right.
Like, and air conditioning sometimes.
I made a big pot of chicken and dumplings. Can I freeze it? Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you can. Yeah, chicken and dumplings.
I
The
got some
dumplings
in my
sometimes
freezer
get a
that I
little weird.
accidentally put in the door, and so it like froze to the contour of the door, and now I can't get it out.
Sometimes dumplings will get a little tough and a little weird when you defrost it, but to me, dumplings are just so good, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
And Bear is awesome, and you guys can like acknowledge that awesomeness.
Yeah, he's awesome.
You just don't like.
He doesn't like when people like try to hold him up as something
Yes.
more special than everybody else. Like he very often tells us like, no, we, when I say like, this is your thing or you do this, he's like, no, we do this.
Yeah.
We, you know,
Look how deadly those are fighting words.
Okie, we got all the breastises too.
all the breastises is chicken.
Yeah.
Can you can chicken and dumplings? No, because it's thickened. Anything that is thick, you
Yeah.
can't can. So like gumbo is one of my favorite things in the whole world because it's got a roux in it. You can't can it.
Yeah.
You can can it without the roux, but then thickening it later can be kind of weird. So anything that has, you know, a floured, thickened thing you cannot can. But you could can the chicken and the chicken stock and the veggies and then dump it together and make yourself some dumplings really quick.
Yes.
And do that. So, can we develop Bearistan?
Yeah, Barristan is a real place.
It is a real place. Not even with a pressure canner. Nope, it won't. Not even with a pressure canner. There's a couple things that are really hard to can, not professionally. Another thing that's really hard to can, not in a professional setting, is like pumpkin because it's so dense.
Yeah.
Like pureed
And,
pumpkin,
like potato, like
potato,
mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Like cut up sliced potatoes is one thing, but
Cubed
mashing
potatoes.
potatoes. Basically, like
the density.
they can't guarantee that the heat is permeating the jar enough to kill off whatever.
Yeah, anything
Nastiness
that's
there
super
is in there.
dense.
Yeah.
And thick is really hard. It won't let you do that. So.
Yeah.
They're asking canning questions.
And other questions that I have no idea about.
Well, that's what we probably have to ask him back. You guys look like, I don't know what that means.
I probably do if it's a millennial.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Quit trying.
Did it? That's funny.
Will you share your gumbo recipe? Yeah, I learned my gumbo recipe from an Asian Cajun. And it's super,
Asian?
an Asian Cajun.
No, an
Asian
Asian.
Cajun.
Adrian.
An awesome Japanese Cajun woman. Say that two times real fast. You can't. She's awesome, and she's actually going to come in a couple of weeks, and maybe we'll just like get her on camera to show how to make some gumbo because it's awesome. She actually just set some up for me because my Liberty stopped by there and brought us some gumbo. You guys are sisters? Nope. Sisters from another mister.
Right, yeah.
Although we do have a little too much in common sometimes.
Yeah, no S.
Have I
Is that
tried
about
to make my own toothpaste? Yes, there's a video on that. Go check it out.
I have
Mommy's
too.
toothpaste, or I make toothpaste or something.
I always
think
did
it's
mine
on
with
Bear's
charcoal.
channel. Well,
I don't
see,
know why the
didn't
recipes I found were
really
with
know
charcoal.
about charcoal, I think, when I did it.
Yeah. Well,
Charcoal
same
is
recipe
just
you
getting
do, just
big.
add a little charcoal in.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I have charcoal.
Are you Bear's sister? No, I am not Bear's sister.
No. She looks nothing like Bear, y'all.
You're not even.
No, I am a random person from the internet,
From Florida.
from Florida,
I mean, his dad
who,
My
yeah,
dad
put
back
together
there, so
with
Bob.
Bear one day on the internet, and Yah was like, you, him, you're gonna do stuff together.
Step up and do things.
Yeah, step up and do things.
Well,
And
what you
and I
did-
moved my family here afterwards.
Well, what you didn't even tell me though after the fact was, oh, by the way, my husband's been helping me this whole time.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
wait, what?
He helps me do everything. My husband, I am my husband's helpmeet, he is my helpmeet. We are co-warriors.
Right.
We do everything together.
So the Scoops 82 says, so I'll be the Thomas. Why is it when I get close to Yah, disaster falls upon family? It seems that Yah does not want me close to him.
Negative.
Nope.
No.
Come on back. That's
So
that's a fair question.
yeah.
All right.
And so yes, absolute spiritual attack.
Warfare. Yeah.
And
Spiritual
I
spiritual
can't-
warfare is real, people.
tell you how many times
Get some, girl.
we have been attacked spiritually.
Yep.
Like, it always kind of seems like when the goings get good, disaster strikes. And to me, it's almost like a testament of faith. Like, are you questioning Yah? Are you believing wholeheartedly that whatever the craziness going on in your life is, that it has a purpose to bring you closer to Him? And that's my take.
Genesis 32, verse 24. And Jacob and Jacob was left alone, and a man, capital M, Yahuwah or Elohim,
Niner.
made manifest in flesh, aka Yeshua, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. Wheeze, knock it off. And when he saw that he did not overcome him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was dislocated as Yeshua wrestled with him. And Yeshua said, let me go, for the day breaks. But Jacob said, I am not letting you go until you have blessed me. And so he said to him, what is your name? And he said, Jacob, Jacob. And he said to him, your name is no longer called Jacob, no longer called Jacob, but Israel, because you have striven with Elohim and with men, and you have overcome. And Jacob asked him, saying, please let me know your name. And he said, why do you ask my name? And he blessed him there, and Yeshua, blessed him there. So the idea of knowing somebody's name gets to having power over that somebody, right? Here's the deal. Israel, footnote here, Israel literally means to strive with Elohim, to overcome with Elohim, and to rule with Elohim. These are three facets here, okay? These are three facets here. The first is you have to struggle with Elohim. The next is, good night, good night. The next is you have to overcome.
You're supposed to be.
And finally, after you overcome, you have to rule. There's an indication here that there's stuff to do here repeatedly throughout the word. There are things that need to happen here until Yeshua comes back again. Okay? Until Yah's made manifested here. And so, depending on the day, you are either striving with Yah, striving with Elohim, overcoming with Him, or ruling with Him. Depending on the facet. Shalom, Sister Liz. Oh, you're not
She's
leaving
just
yet?
putting it
I mean,
on
never
top.
mind, Sister Liz. Depending on this facet of your life experience or your personality, in different areas of your life, you could be struggling. In different areas of your life, you could be overcoming. In different areas of your life, you could be ruling. It's important to understand that Yisrael, Israel, means the Father's chosen people. He who He has chosen to put His hand on. Okay? Literally, to struggle with, to touch your hip socket. Okay? You should count it a blessing that He struggles with you and that you struggle with Him. That He reproves and instructs you rather than disregards you, because He reproves and instructs those that He loves. Okay? And so understand that it's multifaceted. A1P, shalom, brother. And I'm very encouraged that we have multiple brothers here in the chat. You should count it a blessing that he even bothers with you. Okay? So yeah, struggle with, overcome with, and rule with. Those are the three dimensions of Israel. That being said, when times get tough, we tend to fall back into our broken human nature.
And Satan's gonna take advantage of that, y'all.
Amen. That a-hole has known you from jump. He knows everything about you. Everything. He knows what buttons to push. He knows your weaknesses. Yeah. He knows what buttons to push. Amen. In the mouths of a 2 or 3, let everything be established.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are you gonna choose to hate Yah, or are you gonna choose to see Yah in that moment?
Oh my gosh, it is so much about overcoming, and it's about learning to walk, every day. 1 Peter 2:21, for this you were called, that Messiah, having suffered for your sins, that you might walk in his steps, that in him there was no sin, and no deceit was found in his mouth, that being reviled, he did not revile, but committed himself to him who judges righteously, to Yahweh our Elohim, that having suffered for your sins upon the timber, that you might live unto righteousness. For you were like sheep who had gone astray, but have now returned to the shepherd and overseer of your souls. You were called to this walk with Yeshua so you could get that bullshit out of your life. But here's the deal. It took one day to get Israel out of Mitzrayim. One day. This is the day. Passover. We're bouncing. It's time to roll. Grab your bug out bags. We're leaving. It took one day to get one day to get Israel out of Mitzrayim. It took 40 years to get Mitzrayim out of Israel. Okay, we are like the dog that continues to return to its vomit, our old selves. This is the concept of crucifying your flesh, being reborn again in Yeshua, being dependent upon his grace and his mercy, not abusing it, but being dependent upon it so that you learn and relearn and learn how to walk this faith every day. And it's about crucifying your flesh. It's about putting Yah first, not yourself, because you will mess it up. You will make all the wrong calls. You will do the easy stuff, the convenient stuff, the old ways. You will fall into your old patterns. You will mess it up. But Yah won't. And he does not go out of his way for people who would disregard him. Doesn't mean that he won't step into the gutters and lift up the sinners and the cheats and the liars and the whores and the tax collectors and be the personal Elohim to his people. He absolutely will. But you should not abuse that grace, right? You don't knowingly abuse that grace. But that struggle is real. It's the same struggle when you get into the gym and you're pushing that bar up the last rep and you're doing this. That. It's that last rep that makes you stronger. The first 10, 12, 50 don't make you stronger. You're just getting to that point where it's the last rep that makes you stronger. So that striving with, that struggling with is real. But it illustrates, if you use that as a feedback mechanism to what am I struggling with, is these are the areas where I have to turn this part of my life over to the Father. Believe me, I am a man. I mean that wholeheartedly. I am susceptible to all the things that men are susceptible to. Greed and lust and impatience and ego and bravado and pride and hubris. All of this I'm susceptible to. If I don't squash me and lift him up and allow him to squash me and lift me up, I mess it up all the time. And I'm telling you, y'all have seen me on camera many times where I tell you, and I mean it face to face, I am being crushed right now. And that's what I mean. It's allowing him, to the best of my broken ability, to crush me. Because me is not the thing that needs to be on display at the moment. Because me, if I let it be, me is the problem. And it's about submitting myself to him and his will and letting him teach me to walk this life. AVT, shalom, brother.
Why isn't AVT a moderator?
Why isn't AVT
Moderator.
I don't know.
See, we needed to point bounce somebody.
Done. So, who we got to get? Get him, AVT. What part of Revelation are we in right now? Well, there's not two witnesses spitting fire from the Temple Mount, so we're not quite there. What was his name?
Tokyo something.
Tokyo.
I couldn't find
I'm
him.
sure
I
somebody
totally
got him.
Yeah,
F that a-hole.
there we go.
Good job, A1P. Good job, A1P. So, anyway, man, it's about a walk. Overall living, bless you, brother. You're awesome. We love you back.
It's all about the walk. I mean, that's your testament.
Right.
That's your testament to Yeshua, is all about your walk. And like, your walk don't stop.
Amen.
You keep walking.
Yep.
Sometimes you're running. But mostly walking.
Yep. Amen. And praise the Father that he would take time out of his busy schedule for us.
Right.
To crush us and to reprove and instruct us, because it's when he disregards you that things get bad. So
Yeah, or you're limping. You're walking while limping.
what is your view of the timing of what we call the rapture? Man, we get that question every live stream nowadays, probably because of what's going on in the world. And the long answer and the short answer is you're not going to like my answer at all. The rapture is man-made bullshit. It's extra biblical. It's not in the Bible. And when we're gathered up to Yeshua, it'll be at the last trump after all the bad things happen. The Father does not spare his people anywhere else in the Word. He does not spare his people right now. There are people getting their heads cut off with dull machetes because of their belief in Yeshua Messiah. Who the F are we to think that we are so special that he would spare us, but not any other believers who believe upon his name? That's not in the Bible. Research John Darby. Really, Google John Darby. And I don't mean to become antagonistic towards whatever you may believe, but no, the rapture is extra biblical. So when two messengers start spewing fire. Exactly, man, exactly. Thanks, American Warrior. I'm not, and I'll tell you this too. I'm not an oracle. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a priest. I'm not a rabbi. I'm just a guy that 4 years ago was punched in the face by the Father to start reading his word. And so I did. And so my understanding is based upon my reading of the world and my reading of the word and the research that I've done around that. And I am happy to tell you I am in no way the ultimate arbiter of truth. I can tell you unequivocally the ultimate arbiter of truth is this. Okay? And so my understanding is based upon my research and my reading of this word. And it is not my job to write my convictions on your heart. John 16 makes it clear that the job of convicting belongs to the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, which will convict you, John 16, concerning sin, righteousness, and judgment. Sin is 1 John 3, verse 4. Sin is lawlessness. Righteousness is Luke 1, verse 6. Blamelessly walking in the commands of Yahweh your Elohim. And judgment is Revelation 19, verse 11. when Yeshua comes back on a white horse and lays waste. So that's not my job. My job is to speak the truth as the Father convicts me, and that's what I try to do to the best of my ability. Yeah, that's what we heard the other night as well. Sounds like it's coming from back
Chicken
there,
houses,
though.
yeah.
The chicken houses, which is entirely possible. So, anywho, I would encourage you for sure, and I say this with every Bible reading I do, don't take my word for it. Check it yourself and pray over your word and ask the Father to speak to you in languages that you can understand. Because you in no way have my permission to subcontract your relationship to your Creator to me. Okay? I'm not on board with that. That's not my job. So,
Yeah. If you need a copy of the scriptures and you cannot afford one, email us at admin@bearindependent.com.
Texas T, bless you. Can't wait to meet you on Thursday. What are we doing on Thursday?
Sunday?
Sunday? Is there something happening on Thursday I don't know about?
No.
Aaron. Bless you. Thanks, Aaron. You believe in deadly force to protect your Of course. He that has no sword, sell his
Absolutely.
cloak and buy one. See, here's the thing. Vengeance belongs to Yahweh or Elohim. However, but he's very good at using subcontractors. So yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Hey, Zoom.
Zoom
Oh,
call.
got it. Awesome. I was like, wait a minute. Where are we going on Thursday? I'm like,
Right.
is the rapture's on Thursday? I didn't get that memo.
It got put in the calendar. You
Yeah,
missed it?
it was, which calendar is it in? It's not the work calendar. It's in the cozy calendar. That's my bad. It's my bad. Am I okay with using deadly force to protect my family? Yes. Let me tell you why. First of all, whoa. Deadly force
He
has
needs to
been
read
used
you this.
throughout the Bible to protect the Father's people from those who are not the Father's people. Next, she does not belong to me. She belongs to Yah. It is the gift of a lifetime that he has seen fit to choose me to apply leadership, headship, and stewardship of her through me, from him through me to her. Okay? I don't own her. She's my helpmeet. She's my better half. She is the rib that was missing from me, but she belongs to Yah. And I will protect and defend her to the best of my ability. There will be no blood or oxygen left in my body before anything bad ever happens to her. Ever. Okay? And just like the Father, Exodus 15:3, Yahweh is a warrior, Yahweh is his name. Just like he goes to war and fights for us, I am fearfully and wonderfully created in his image, and I go to war and fight for her. There's not a person on the face of this planet that will do her harm while there is breath left in my lungs.
I've shot things for you, though.
That's true. I've shot things for you too.
No. I mean, like,
Yeah.
life-saving.
What, that pit bull that one time?
The two
That was a great shot. It was
Yeah,
really
it
good
was
shooting.
really good.
It was really good shooting.
through the front door.
You're kind of hijacking this conversation. But
I know,
it was
but
really
I'm just
good.
saying. Like, it's a two-way street. It's not just a one-way
Right.
street.
Co-warrior, help
Yeah.
me. Absolutely. And so,
Because I got your back, boo.
I got your back, boo, too.
Someone's getting lasagna tonight.
Oh, yeah. All I'm doing is I'm just
Oh, wait,
putting a little
hang on,
sauce
hang
in
on,
the
we got-
bottom of the pan, sprinkling some noodles and cheese
Gotta
in
do
there.
another store pimp, real quick.
Don't pimp the store. We're writing them up. Dude, gosh dang, woman.
It's my job.
You got to send some of those to Rex. Rex, you got to email us your address. We'll get you a swag pack, including the lasagna door hanger, okay? Admin at Bear Independent. We got you, bro.
There's somebody that ordered 3. And I'm just saying, like, that's a good life right there.
Or,
If you
or
need
like
3 of these,
you're very optimistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
One-
one of our favorites.
he is our favorite.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's a good fellow right there. Good brother. And so, deadly force for protecting my family. Listen, here's the deal. They don't belong to me. They belong to the Most High. And I'm commanded to fight and protect them, just like the Father fights and protects us. And so I do. And if you read your word, specifically the Old Testament, and Joshua would be a great place to start with that. The Father makes it very clear who are his people and who aren't. And those who aren't are put under what's called the ban. You have nothing to do with those people. Nothing at all. They are so bad that if you are to leave them live, that they will pollute the way that you live to such an extent that you no longer serve the Father. Okay? Not happening. I'm commanded to raise my children up in the way that they shall go so that they do not depart from it when they are older. I love my kids. I love my wife. I love my friends. I love my neighbors. I love my tribe. I love my mag. I love my bear camp. I love these people, and there will never be any harm that comes to them as long as there is breath in my lungs. And this is not bravado. This is not me trying to sound like a cool guy on the internet. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. There is unequivocally no doubt in my mind that the reason he created me was to protect and provide for them with his blessing. And I will do that to the best of my ability.
Tuber watcher?
And so there's that.
Tibosaurus?
Tibosaurus Rex? Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's here.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know. I'm
Oh,
aware.
Okay.
He's a brother. Cody just
Everybody's freaking out.
Cody
I'm
just
like,
went
I don't
and shot
know this
with him.
person. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. He's a good dude. He's
Yeah.
a brother.
You're cool.
Yep. He keeps the word. He's got a fullness of understanding.
Homie approved.
Okay, well, there you go. Remember when Cody was like, hey, I know I got to make all the pouches, but I'm going to go to the Dakotas and shoot things?
Yes, I remember.
That's the guy, yeah. He's a good dude. At least I have it on good authority. He's a good dude. We've not, like, hung out or anything, but I believe him to be a good dude. In fact, like 9 years ago, 10 years ago, he had a video on, like, reasons why pagan holidays or pagan and Christians shouldn't celebrate them. And I was like, this guy gets it. I like the fact that he knows the difference between first focal plane and second focal plane, but I really like the fact that he knows who Molech is. That's even cooler. So, yeah, good dude.
Gotcha.
In fact, if we didn't have so much going on, I'd go hang out with him and shoot guns. But
Bye.
Rex, it's approved. I'll see you soon.
Backyard bitches, yo.
Oh my goodness, Molech is a demon. Oh man,
that's it. I mean,
you're gonna
Harvey
make me
Biscuits
snatch
is
up
just-
my bottle again.
It's getting changed.
Oh, Cody's an awesome brother. Cody's an awesome brother. He's one of the kindest, gentlest, most awesome people I know. He's an awesome guy, and gosh, is he a talented tailor. Numbers 10? Is it in Numbers 10?
What? You're leaving?
Shaloha.
You worked on it.
What are we doing tomorrow? Are we?
Bye.
Bye. Are we going to the office tomorrow?
Yes.
We are.
Or,
I think I need to go to the office tomorrow and do We All Gonna Die Wednesday with a whiteboard.
Okay.
But y'all are like, if you need to be there while I do that, go for it. That's cool. Like, no need for the 10 a.m. law. So,
Women's Wednesday, yes.
Okay.
We're on for Women's Wednesday. I gotta go tinkle. It's your turn.
you're gonna tinkle.
Talk to the people.
I don't know how to talk to the people. I've
Yeah,
never
it's
talked to
your
people
channel.
before in my life.
Whatever.
What? What do you mean channel? Shabba-dabba-doo. Hi, people. Thanks, Miss Liz. What's going on? Subtly, amen. Do not pass your children over to Molech. Ranger girl. Knees down, we're soaked, LOL. Who are you and why are you on my little TV thingy? Shalom, Badger. Some guy named Bear. I talk at the iPhone ? How can the ladies watch Women's Group Wednesday? Parakia Salt, it's available on Patreon, just like Men's Group Monday is on Patreon. It's not because we're trying to discriminate against anybody. It's because when we get deep into the reading of the word with a live audience, we don't do that on YouTube because there's just too many damn trolls. So we do that through Patreon. It'll be posted, the link will be posted on Patreon tomorrow. Yes, Harmony and Renee are on, and Miss Liz are on Men's Group. Not Men's Group, Women's Group. Good night, y'all. Women's Group Wednesday, pretty much every week.
We might can help out with Men's Group.
You're gonna help out with Men's Group?
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna help out with Men's Group.
Offer the Women's Group.
No.
You help women's group. We just
That was one time. I helped with Women's Group one time, and that's because you're like, so what's the deal? What's the code? And I was like, let's talk about the code. So, Goza, Shaloha.
Matthew?
Yeah, of course. What other Goza is in the Bear Nation?
What?
There's
I know
98.
a few Gozas.
No, you don't.
I do. I
Yeah,
know
there's a difference.
Ryan Goza and a Matthew
There's a
Goza.
difference between Goza and Gyoza, which are those little Japanese dumpling things. So,
I know a Ryan.
Cosmic Trevo, love you back, man.
It's not that common of a name.
Bear, how did you know when to quit the 9 to 5 and do this full time? Ken Williams, that's a great question.
Yes, that last one.
Did he? Well, let's answer it then. If you asked it last week too. First of all, the fact that you're asking that question means you're already convicted to quit the 9 to 5.
We're Facebook.
Your Facebook buddies
Yeah.
with Ken.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I'm not answering this question anymore. What are you doing, Ken? What are you doing trolling my wife on Facebook,
He's
Ken?
the one that sent us the decals. that
Oh,
I
he sent us a
ordered.
dick. Okay, you're cool. Never mind. You're cool, Ken. So here's the deal. The fact that you're asking that question, that means that mentally and emotionally, if not physically, you're probably already ready to jump from the 9 to 5. I did not jump from the 9 to 5 until I had a significant amount of war chest, of cushion built up so that I could make the jump. I worked legitimately 70 to 100 hours a week for 3 years and saved for 3 years, like straight. In fact, before we started keeping Torah, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to work every Saturday this year. Just going to work Saturdays in addition to everything else I'm doing. I'm going to work every Saturday this year. And I did. And that put an extra, I think it was $18,000 in cash into my pocket, just working every Saturday in the year. And I, at this point, no longer advocate that you work Saturdays, work on the Sabbath. But the point is, I worked 6 days a week, 70 to 100 hours per week, and got a war chest up because I knew I was done mentally and emotionally. I was done with the grind. But I had to have something to replace the income that the grind represented before I jumped. Otherwise, it would not have been, I would not have been protecting for and providing for my household if I had been selfish with my needs and made the jump without having a way to provide for my family. And so we built up a war chest. And so when we moved from North Texas to Oklahoma, we had eliminated all of our debt, and we had such a low cost of living that I literally could go flip burgers at Burger King part-time and make enough money to pay my bills. And so I worked my way voraciously, adamantly, like the psychopath that I am, worked my way into being in a position where all I had to do was work part-time in order to pay my bills. And I mean, I remember many times the kids saying, can we order a pizza? No, we'll make a pizza. Even though to make a pizza is a lot more effort than to buy one, but it saves you $7. And that $7 mattered. And we ruthlessly destroyed all of our debt. Because I can show you in this word where it says a debtor is a slave to his debt, and you lend to all nations, but you do not borrow. And then once I was ready, actually physically ready to make the jump, we did. We moved. And I came here, I came to Oklahoma, and I thought I was going to be a dirt farmer, man. I really did. I really did. I was ready to just do nothing but maybe work part-time. And the Father punched me in the forehead and he said, "Kid, you need to read your Bible." And I said, "I am, Dad." And he said, "No, on camera, you moron." And I said, "Oh, this is not what we talked about." And he said, "Yeah, I know, but new deal. Will you do it?" And he slayed me. Oh my gosh, did he slay me. I remember I fell down on my knees in my hallway one morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, just. And he said, "Will you do it?" I said, "Yeah, I'll do it. But you're scaring the shit out of me right now." And he said, "Trust me." "Yes, sir, I'll trust you." We had 2,000 subs at the time. This ain't much for a YouTube channel. And I think the channel grew from 2,000 to 12,000 in the next 6 weeks.
We had a goal for 10,000.
We had a goal for 10,000 by the end of the year.
And you had 20.
No, we made 12,000 by the end of the year and then 20 almost immediately after that. And the channel grew, and the channel grew, and the channel grew. And so...
And Ken does BA.
Yes, Ken's
Finals.
awesome. We're going to come back to Ken in a moment here. But I worked and I worked and I worked and I worked to be in a position to where I could make the jump from a 9 to 5 to being my own boss. Even if being my own boss meant being an Oklahoma dirt farmer with no debt and an extremely low cost of living. And then I made the jump. And then I was scared shitless. And then I was punched in the forehead by my creator, which scared me even more. And then he said, "Will you?" And I said, "Yeah, I will." And then I said, "I'm not going to take a dime for reading your word. I won't do it. I won't do it." And I remember the first time we came up with the concept of take a Bible, leave a Bible. We didn't have the money to buy 10 copies. We didn't have the money to buy 10 copies of the scriptures. And I prayed and I said, "Father, if you'll give me the money to buy 10 copies of the scriptures, I'll buy them." And overnight in the store, we did $144 in the store. And it cost $144 for 10 copies of the scriptures. So we ordered 10 copies of the scriptures. Take a Bible, leave a Bible. If you can't afford one, I don't need to know why. I just need to know where to send you a copy. And that's how that whole thing started. And our most recent order of the scriptures was 720 copies of the scriptures. We ship about 240 copies a week. We ship about 240 copies a week. Michael, bless you. If you need a copy, all you got to do is email me, ntxmag@gmail, November Tango X-ray, Mike Alpha Golf @gmail.com. Put scriptures in the subject line. And I'm telling you point blank, I don't need to know why you need a copy of the scriptures. I don't need to know why you can't afford one. It's all good. All you need to know is that we were punched in the face and said, "Make these available to my people." And so we do. Okay? So just tell me where to send it. Just tell me where to send it. We will send you a copy. And it illustrates the point that we didn't know where we were going to get the money for the first 10. Prayed over it. Father sent the money for the first 10. Now we do 20 dozen a week. Not because we're awesome, but because the Father is awesome. And so when did I know it was time to jump? 3 years before I jumped. 3 years before I jumped. When did Jacob know it was time to leave his dad-in-law? Well, he married Leah, and then he married Rachel, the one he wanted to marry in the first place. 7 years. Then he worked another 7 years before he left. Okay? I knew 3 years before I had to go that it was time to go. But we busted our ass for 3 years to be able to make the jump. And so knowing it here and knowing it here means that you have to work to be able to do it here, to get it done. So, that's my answer. But if you feel the conviction, you need to diligently work in the direction to be able to heed that conviction. Convictions are not something that's easily done. You have to work towards it. If the Father asked you to do something that was easy, it wouldn't take him asking you to do it in order for you to do it. So, Texan for life. No, we can't see that. Ken Williams, bless you.
Troy said, I've been trying to give myself, but anger, I believe, is stopping me.
Give myself?
Yeah.
Give myself what?
I believe to Yah. Like, but anger's stopping me.
Anger at what, brother?
Right. Find that out. And then, like, if it's a personal choice that you've made, y'all put you through that for a reason. Like, there are several things that I have done in my life that I am not proud of. But knowing that I went through that and that I lived through that and that I learned lessons from that, like, there was a reason that I went through that. And I've harbored a lot of anger towards a lot of people in my life. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, y'all put those people in my life for a reason. It made me stronger. It made me who I am today. And for that, I am thankful.
Forgiveness comes only in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, of Jesus the Christ. There's two sides of that coin. The first is forgiveness for everybody that has wronged you. There's actually three sides of this coin. The first is forgiveness for everybody that has wronged you. Okay? Everybody has a past. My past is horrendous in a lot of ways. The next is forgiveness for everybody that you have wronged. All the things that you've done wrong. I've had blood put on me, and I've put blood on my own hands. Regardless of the morals and ethics of that. Okay? I've had wrong done to me. I've done wrong. The last is you have to forgive yourself. And forgiving yourself is the most difficult part. Anger, generally speaking, is a result of failing to live up to expectations. Yourself or somebody else's. I don't know what happened in your life. And I don't need to sit here and tell you all the things that have happened in my life. I have made enough peace with my past, the things that have happened to me, the things that I have caused to happen to me, and the things that I have done to myself and to others, that I don't feel the need to put those on display. But suffice it to say, I've been around the block. Your anger is your pride and your ego manifesting itself as a defense mechanism that's keeping you from Yah. You need to knock that shit off. That's it. You need to knock that shit off. you also need to understand that the enemy is absolutely going to use that against you. Because the enemy does not want you in union with your Creator. He wants you separated from your Creator, not separated unto your Creator. I'm going to pray, and then we're going to be done, because I'm on glass 3 of whiskey, and Leviticus 10 makes it clear that there's no drunkenness in service to Yah, and I'm not drunk, but I don't typically feel good about doing things like this when there's alcohol in my blood, but you need to be lifted up. And so I would humbly ask that the Father would forgive me and give me the words and take me out of the equation here. What's his name?
I don't believe
The Father knows.
Yeah, we've had 1,000 chats.
We're going to pray. Father Yah, thank you for the opportunity to do this. You are awesome. You are all-powerful, and I am humbled that you would create an opportunity like this to use us to do this. Our brother is broken, and we lift him up to you. I pray that you would just absolutely demolish his ego and his pride and his bravado and his hubris, that you would utterly destroy him so that you might put him back together brick by brick to know you and to serve you. Father, thank you for this opportunity. Father, thank you for loving us enough to reprove and instruct us. Father, thank you for speaking to us in languages that we can understand. Father, I pray redemption on this soul. I pray that you would speak to him. I pray that you would convict him. I pray that you would make your will manifested in his life. I just pray very simply as he listens right this red hot moment, that he might say these words. Father, we confess Yeshua is Messiah, Jesus is the Christ. We're broken. We can't do this life without your redemption. I take my brother and I lay him at your feet. And we humbly ask that you would acknowledge us as we acknowledge you as Creator. And thank you for redemption through Yeshua Messiah. Ask that you would redeem us from our sins, our lawlessness, and our brokenness. And that you would teach us how to live this life. Teach us how to walk in your ways. That you would convict us concerning sin and righteousness and judgment, Father. That you would send your Ruach HaKodesh to be indwelt in us. For wisdom and discernment, for right ruling, for knowledge and for power and strength and authority and for love and compassion. That you would utterly slay us and destroy us so that we could be the thing that you fearfully and wonderfully created us to be in the first place, Father. That we would bend our knee and confess you are awesome. And we are nothing without you. You would teach us and reprove us and instruct us and walk with us. And teach us how to live this life that you gave us. That you would make clear to us the reason we were created in the first place. That you would illuminate our giftings and our talents and our delights, that we might serve your kingdom and steward this place until you come back again. That you would lead us in the ways of leadership and headship and stewardship. That you would make us new this very moment. Father, thank you for redemption through Yeshua Messiah, through Jesus the Christ, Father. Thank you for making a way for broken people to come home again. And thank you for pursuing us relentlessly. Thank you that your arms are longer than our legs. Father, we lift our brother up to you and lay him at your feet and ask that your will would be done. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. Prosperity, shalom. Yeah, we'll be out just here momentarily. Hey, I love you all back.
People are very respectful of prayer. Like they don't live chat,
I love our people.
which is good. Thank y'all.
Things like this slay me. So, no, Thomas, I'm not awesome. Our Creator is awesome. Canuck bless you, brother. Thank y'all for bearing with me. I appreciate y'all. And I really appreciate y'all letting me lift y'all up. And I know that y'all lift us up. And I appreciate that as well. Because, man, do we need it. But again, I'm telling you, lifted but my knees are weak. Amen. We're blessed. Love you back, Concrete. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you for the hugs.
I feel about that big every time we do this. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really do. I'm telling you, Yeshua himself says you will do all these things and more in my name. We just got to go do it. Y'all, do not put me on a pedestal. Just go serve the kingdom. Just go be the strength and light wherever you are. You wanna do me a favor? Go do that. It ain't about me at all. This thing has never been about me. And every time it gets about me, it goes to shit. And with that, hey, I love y'all. Y'all are awesome.
I love you guys.
I'll see you guys in the morning. Shalom.